Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, Shitsville, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm letting him introduce himself.
You know what it is, man. Jesus said it with the guy, aka the GOAT artist, aka LB Lotta Del Boss, aka you know what it is. It's ringgameradio.com in the building. Monday night recap, previews, all of that good shit. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Ringing in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm letting him introduce himself.
Hey, West Fly's Conscious Spot, the West Coast Avenger. Let's go, Ring and Radio. Let's fly.
Absolutely. That's Conscious Pie. He stays elevated above the clouds, you dig. And last but certainly not least, he's an extended, family member from Ring Gang Radio. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's up? It's Lukey. I'm sunburned and I don't really have like a cool thing to say afterwards, so I'm gonna be here.
Right on. There's nothing wrong with that.
Let's go.
Big dog Lukey, you dig? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a boxing original, man. So yeah, get to know him if you don't.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about me, right? Like, whenever someone tries to say, "Am I like a boxing person?" It's like, why would I fake this? It's like, what in my life is easier with me doing this, right? So thank you for that.
Oh, he muted.
No, that was just the end. That was just the end of what I was saying. I just like kind of stopped and it was awkward.
Okay. It sounded like you was about to get right into it. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead.
If you guys want me to, I can.
Yeah, hey, start that first. Yeah. Drop your 16.
I mean, we could do Nakatani. We could do Benavidez. I could do
Nakatani first, bro. Let's get to it. Nakatani, though. Let's get to it.
Okay, so that's what I call. I made the coffee the night before, so I had the coffee all set up. I set the alarm clock. It gave me shades of Christmas. Back in the day, you're waking up really early. It's like 5:05 West Coast, and then there was like the Takai and what was his name, Kang or Dang or what was his name, the fight before, and the guy basically it's like a draw fight. It's like a back and forth thing, but I'm not really watching it. People sort of watched it, but I don't think they really watched it. They wanted to see this thing, and you get into it, and I'm probably giving Nakatani a round or two that he probably didn't deserve, but I think there's this unfair expectation that was put on this, that this is going to be like an all-time classic when you're dealing with two guys who had extreme pressure on themselves to be potentially the most accomplished Japanese fighter in history, a mega fight, a fight of this magnitude, and two fighters who are real intellectual in their skills. Yes, Inoue has a lot of knockout wins, but like the way he sets things up, his timing, rhythm. I think Nakatani was kind of getting dogged for his performance against Hernandez. And that was just a stylistic matchup, a physical, tough fighter who's good. And I think that the expectations some people put on this fight didn't live up. But for me, this is what high-level fighting is. You get the two best guys in there and you let them separate. Now we can get into the scorecards. But I had the fight, and I don't think my scorecard, talking to most people, I don't know if it's the right scorecard or not, but I had it 5-5 through 10 rounds. And then in a way, what he showed me was it felt like Nakatani was starting to beat him up. And then he did what great fighters do, where 11 and 12, he takes over the fight.
That 11th round, for sure. I had it 6-4, but that 11th round, in a way, showed why he's an all-time great. You know what I'm saying? Like, he dug deep in that round, because Junto was putting that pause on him the couple rounds before that. You know what I mean?
And I agree with you, Pilot. Like, to me, it felt like the fight was swinging away from him. And what people don't give Inoue credit for, in my opinion, is he's older for a lower weight fighter, right? Absolutely. And he's fighting a younger guy. And typically you don't see older fighters who are legendary status make that second adjustment against the younger guy in a late round. And it almost felt like, was this the Donaire moment for another fighter, with Inoue, where it started slow. And then you could say the head clash, they cut and the head.
Right.
But does anyone really think that changed the fight? What changed the fight was Inoue said, I don't want to lose on this night. And Nakatani was a little bit more comfortable losing. And it felt like he just kind of took those last two rounds and made it emphatic.
Well, the 12th was hard though. Like Nakatani may have got the 10th and the 12th But Inoue definitely won that 11 big.
I mean, truthfully, I thought Nakatani sort of conceded in the final round a little bit. Like it looked like,
but also the uppercut, right? Like, I mean, not uppercut. He had the head clash, and so it was bleeding bad. His eye was fucked, and that especially that last round, that his eye was fucked.
Yeah, no, but I just think in the 12th round though, he didn't go as all as I wanted him to. I just thought he kind of conceded, like, okay, wait a minute, my eye. I'm pretty sure he knew that his eye.
Because he tried. Because I feel like Inoue was a little tired the 12th round because he got the 11th, and it's like Nakatani didn't just take over the 12th like he needed to. Like he just was kind of.
I had an 8-4.
Yeah, it wasn't a stamp on it.
But what'd y'all score? I had an 8-4 for the Monster.
I had a 7-5.
I had a 161-12, 8-4 for Monster.
Yeah, I had an 8-4 for Monster as well.
Yeah, like, because Nakatani, he basically, like, he took too long to get started. Like, he should have known that he was the guy that needed to actually, step on the gas early, and he dropped rounds basically just being too inactive, and that's what killed him on the scorecards. Because when he got going, like, you could tell that he was a stylistic nightmare for Monster, especially because his body shots were wearing Monster out. And like Lukey said, like, when you're 33 in those type of divisions, like, you can get old very quickly, and all of a sudden it could just be like you're doing 1 minute you're elite, and next you're just very good.
Yeah, 33 is about that time, where it's like
one day you elite, next day you taking an elite ass whooping.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, wasn't having that.
Yeah, no. Like, I mean, he grit down, like, like the champion that he is, to do that though. But usually Monster was always like, a mile a minute. But this time, obviously, clearly, he used his brain because one thing, Inoue is an elite technical boxer. Like, he basically, it's like, okay, look, I can't go wall to the wall physically anymore. So I got to try to think my way. I got to try to draw him into counters. I got to try to draw him in all these unorthodox combinations. Like, that's what he did. He made an adjustment, because
he always had the more, like, he always seemed like throughout the whole fight, he always seemed like he was just a step ahead with the effort. Like, he was really wanting it, where Nakatani was letting the fight come to him. Inoue was going to the fight.
Right.
Well, like, I'll add my whatever opinion to this is. To me, I think the first couple of rounds were interesting to me, and maybe I'm just a boxing dork, but like Nakatani, and I'll try to do it here, like, he just inches back a little bit, and I thought that he was really trying to catch Inoue coming in, but Inoue, I feel like, thought that was what was happening. So there wasn't a lot going on, but like my guy Dakota, who does a podcast with me, sometimes perfect boxing is two guys not hitting each other. And there was like a ton of energy emotionally being spent by both guys because they were trying to feint the other one into a big power punch. And I think that what some people are missing is the gravity of the situation. Inoue didn't walk up the steps to the ring. Remember, he missed. He was going to go around the ring. And I think this was the first time I've seen him where he's a little bit nervous. There's a big crowd with him. And Nakatani looked a little shocked walking into that arena. It was him, his coach, Rudy Hernandez, and Anthony Alisgaga. They were both looking to land something big early, and I think they were both in awe of the moment of, and because for 4 or 5 years, or maybe 7 years, guys from both sides, whenever they see him, say, you could beat that guy, or that guy could beat you. And there was a lot of tension going on in those rounds. And I get that for some people it's boring, but for me, I was kind of looking deeper than just the fight. I was looking at the feints. I was looking at that. I was looking at the tension of the moment. And I found it fascinating. And I think Shutter said it best, and Pat and everybody conscious, King, Pilot. It's about, in a way, when there weren't moments happening, possibly the inexperience of Nakatani, where he was being very patient, which is typically a really, really great trait in boxing. Whereas Inoue is like, I'm not going to let this get away. If this is like a 45-55 round, I'm going to at least just do more. I'm going to do something. Even if it's ineffective, I'm going to do something for the perception. And I thought that was kind of interesting too, that the older fighter was the one dictating at times in the lulls.
No, you're absolutely right. And this kind of points to the lack of big fight experience for Nakatani because Monster at least has been put on this stage before over and over again. Whereas Nakatani, he's just got to this stage, and obviously, he's still smarting from the Hernandez fight. So it's just like I guess he didn't want
that he clearly won.
But the lights, I won't lie, the lights did look bright. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were brighter than
especially when Junto walked
brighter
out.
than before.
You could see Nakatani just kind of look around, soak in the moment. He tried to keep his poker face, but you could tell he was kind of a little.
Yeah.
He did. He did the Katie Taylor walking out for Amanda Serrano in the first one, where like he's looking and he's like, "Dude, I made it."
Yeah. I got 55,000 people to come and 32 million in revenue and shit like that. Yeah,
they legit had the Belly Club's entrance.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit! Yeah. And how do you want it? Oh shit! Like okay,
but at least at least Nakatani. At least I mean, obviously, I think he understood that he did lose the fight, so it wasn't like
I think he had a good showing of himself. Okay, because this is the thing. People got to understand. Like, look. I know a lot of times when we hear puncher matchups, especially elite level punchers, we think we're gonna get like, oh shit, this is gonna be bombs away. It's Sam Peter versus Oleg Maskev or some shit, or it's Better Be versus Joe Johnson and
Joe Smith. You mean
Joe Smith? I'm sorry, I said Joe Johnson. But Joe Smith. Well, shout out to Joe Johnson, but yeah. So. When you get those type of matchups, we're all salivating like oh my god, like it's puncher, but not every high level puncher clash is going to be, Gotti Ward, Foreman Lyle. That doesn't happen all the time, but that's not to say that it's not going to eventually trend that way because the fight did. The fight had to, like Lukey said, like. It was obvious both were trying to land a big shot. I felt Nakatani more so, but it was obvious they're both trying to land a big shot. And then I felt like Inoue got to it first. He landed like a good, I think it was a straight right in the corner, maybe around in the 5th round or something that kind of, it felt like it woke the fight up a little. Then it was a little game of inches until they both were fully engaged, and then Nakatani kind of started taking those later rounds because I think his combination punching is what really bothered Inoue when he started going, and I think Inoue's hand speed is what really bothered Nakatani throughout the fight. Like just the in and out, the dark, the attacking the body. Like it was literally the fight was looking like Roy Jones Tarver won with Roy constantly attacking the body. And Tarver trying to measure him to get the counter and just not able to do it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely and I mean, obviously, if you watch Japanese cards too, like obviously, you see most of the time the Japanese fighters are like balls to the wall samurai, so like I said, high level punching, like, and truthfully, I had that thought in my mind too, because I'm like. Because of all the wars that Japan has kind of given us, the really brutal fights, I'm just like, I was thinking that could possibly be that.
It had to take a while, bro. Like, these guys were too skilled, honestly, for the skill and danger element, I don't think this fight underwhelmed or under-delivered because you still got a good 5 or 6 high-paced action rounds.
I'm a big Junto fan. I ain't gonna lie, the Hernandez fight kind of soured me off a little bit. Like, I thought he really had a legitimate chance, on Inoue.
He did.
What I'm saying is it showed he belongs. This fight did show he belongs. That's why I see proper panelists, people still put him on there. I can't blame him. I know he lost, but I can see why he's still on the list because he showed he hung with the greatest fighter on earth. You know what I'm saying?
The last time you saw
he did the hardest fights in Donaire. That's like the hardest fight since Donaire won, right?
Like Donaire, because that fight was it was difficult because you could tell that he was labored and everything like that, and he was.
Although the Cardenius fight was hard too, like I can't forget about that fight.
It was hard. It made Monster mad. Like he was actually waiting in, whereas Donaire, like Donaire was countering him through like punching like in between the shots and was like killing him with those counters.
Honestly, I feel like Cardenas might have put more hands on Inoue, like as far as like getting off the offense, more than Nakatani did in 12 rounds. Like he was really putting hands on him. But I one thing I gotta say, like before we done talking about this, like not like the wide ass Caleb Plant fucking stance is not the business in boxing. Like I don't know who started this shit. Like you fucking boxing trainers and teachers, you do not need this wide ass goddamn Kenpo, Shotokan, whoever the fucking martial art karate ISKA organization stance. You don't need this shit. Like
he was giving up his length a little bit. Gento was giving up his length.
It is so many. Look, bro, it gives up length, especially against somebody with great footwork. If you fight somebody with great footwork and you have that wide stance, you're fucked. Because a lot of times if they dart in and throw the combinations, you notice Nakatani can't really slip or move. He either has to block or brace for the shot.
Right.
And that's bad perception-wise because it just always seemed like you're giving the other person his turn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what kind of hurts Nakatani too, because it's the wide stance. He's obviously trying to set up something. But then when that something doesn't happen, he has to absorb whatever is happening. Even if he blocks it, whatever, then he has to reset himself and get back to trying to land again. And it's a pattern that kept resetting. And it's not a good look, man. It's hard to pivot out of range. I just hate that fucking wide stance. And that was just another reason people can't get into that damn habit of doing it. Most people can't even punch from that stance, honestly.
I mean, he actually does. I think that's part of it. He generates a lot of power.
No, he does. Look, bro. Him and the one baseball player I fucking was training, like, they the only two people I've seen really crack with that wide ass stance. Like all these other dudes, they don't be cracking shit with that. But I'll give it Nakatani, it worked. But you gotta adapt with it though.
My theory is that started with Adonis Stevenson. Adonis really loaded up and he pumped a jab and he did it. And you see two different types of styles with that. Big punchers like that because they can really leverage and they don't have to lean in and they get a big wide base. And sometimes you see guys that really want to keep guys away, but they also want to load up on a big punch, like normally boxers. So they think they're loading up on something, but then they can't combination punch because the feet are all too wide and stuff. I just wanted to throw in about Nakatani. So many various opinions. Like, first off, people diminishing Nakatani. I believe off the top of my head, he's a 3-division world champion, basically beat a bunch of the top guys, got highlight reel knockout of the year type contenders at a lower weight division. Most interesting fighter in recent memory at or around the weight class that Inoue's been. I'd say it's a generational win. It's a defining moment in Inoue's career. It probably on paper is the best win of his career. Maybe we could argue at different points there was a guy, but I think this is the biggest win, especially at the moment, the magnitude. And I think that there's a dismissal of high-level boxing as, like, if I predict a fight to be an action fight, that I'm just going to be like, these guys need to do more, or I wasn't a fan. And if you're just going to say it's a great fight at a high level, well, you're a boxing nerd and I'm just going to make fun of you. I'm not going to listen to your opinion, which is a very popular opinion right now because you don't have to learn.
Twitter,
you're right. It's a faith-based opinion, right? So if you lean into anything in boxing that's faith-based, right, you don't have to learn. I can just be like we can do a faith-based opinion right now. And Inoue's not good. Just my opinion, bro. So now I don't have to listen to anything on a resume. I don't have to think about anything tangible, no skills. It's just my faith. My faith says Inoue's not good. And I'm just going to ride with it and I'll pick another guy that could beat him. And sadly, these algorithms reward that now. So
I absolutely hate the clickbait, all this bullshit. Like, it absolutely pisses me off. Like, I mean, it was definitely like at its peak with Monster when he fought Fulton. I dismissed a lot of outlets because some of them were just proud to be ignorant. It's like, oh, wait a minute, Monster, he's overrated. And then after that, it's like, well, I never watched a Monster fight in my life. but your whole outlet, you're supposed to be reporting on boxing, but yet you don't know nothing about a pound for pound fighter. And it's sick.
The arrogance of ignorance was just disgusting.
Yeah. Well, I'll throw this out there too, and I know that some people don't like that. I'm a pretty big Usyk guy. You could argue about his recent fight is definitely not good, but Usyk and Inoue are two great ambassadors of boxing. They've taken on some really good challenges throughout their career. And you will hear people bash them basically because either their names are hard to pronounce or they fight at inconvenient times for them.
Or they're not American. They're,
But that's what I'm basically saying is that they fight in different markets. It's, you watch an Usyk fight on the West Coast, probably 2 or 3 o'clock, sometimes 4 o'clock. It's not an evening fight. In a way, you got to set your alarm clock. It's much easier to say the guy down the street could beat him because it's just more convenient for your life. And we're getting more fighters at a world-class level that aren't in America. And we're getting more fans that are proud to just not care. I guess we're getting fewer and fewer people that really want to break down who are the best fighters and what fights have consequence for history, rather than these are the fighters I really like. And I'm just not interested in inconveniencing my life to watch the high-level fights. And I think that that's going to even get worse in the next 5 years.
Oh, yeah, it has. Like, I mean, I trust me. Like, I go in on people, that tell me something that I'm just like, that's just a whole bunch of ignorance. Like we were talking about before the podcast. Like, oh, Monster never fought a black fighter before. Oh, that's a disadvantage. I'm like, how does that make any boxing sense? Like, come on, like, stop it. Like, do you know how many black fighters fight under sub 122? Like, do you really know? Like, is that even American division? Like, America doesn't have a lot of presence, a strong one under 122.
Yeah, just a lot of horrible hot takes from people, and it's one thing if you're a fan, but it shouldn't be trickling into like these big boxing media platforms and sites and that's where it's like I gotta draw the line where it's like okay, like all right, just chill. That's a horrible hot take.
No, but a lot of it's agenda driven by like a lot of this day and age. A lot of fans of fighters are stands, and they'll like whoever's a threat, they're gonna hate on no matter what online. The same, you see the same accounts hating on the same people all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's weird. Man, people hate Devin Haney because he has a fucking father, bro. Like,
it's fucking weird.
Like, people hate for like the dumbest fucking reasons.
A lot of Haney fans were going against it in a way. Just I could tell. I don't know, just like someone with insecurity.
It's just weird. Like, you can't even do the triangle theory with stands. Like,
yeah, I mean. Oh, go ahead, Lukey. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I just think that it's just a lot of fans just want fights to only exist on a convenient time for U.S. fight fans, and we're in an era where the U.S. no longer runs boxing. Like, most of the best fighters aren't in America just right now, or some of the top fighters aren't in the U.S.
Yeah, and that's a whole different conversation because like. Obviously, me, you, Shutter, like we're old, so we know we've seen boxing over the last 20-something years. Like, we've seen how it got to this. Like, like, so and also too, like, I mean, there used to be, I mean, we still watch British boxing back then. It was just on Wealth. We still, I mean, there was HBO Latino. Like, they had, like, there was other ways you can catch international boxing though. And it was just like.
But then you got to remember, people were criticized for that. Like, it was
exactly
like, oh man, like, get out of here. Like, and whenever you had a crossover fight, like, it was crazy.
Because it was like a treat. It was like really exciting when you got like a British fight for a period of time, like from 2010 to 2015. It was like, oh wow, who's this guy? Who was the guy? The Frankie Gavin. They were like, Frankie Gavin's going to be the truth. And if you get a clip of him or Kell Brook, it used to be more exotic. And now it's just a little bit more dismissive. But I was blown away by this performance by Inoue because typically I thought Nakatani was going to beat him because everything said younger fighters beat older fighters. And I get the Hernandez fight, but I just think that that's a tough, physically strong guy that was willing to take punishment and basically tired out Nakatani from accepting punishment that Nakatani, I don't think, thought he could absorb.
Right.
And then
the Fawn Forrest Stevenson game plan. Yeah.
I mean, there's just, and to me, it was those last 2 rounds just showed like the all-time great of Inoue, because it's like there's another world where he loses this fight. And it's like only the really special fighters. It was kind of like, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but it's like an Andre Ward against Kovalev in the first fight. You could argue about if he won or didn't win the fight, but he made an adjustment and wanted to win the fight. And this fight was more decisive, but Inoue did the same thing where maybe to you guys or us or whatever, but the judges had this fight close and he won the fight.
He dug deep in that.
See that Ward Kovalev one example. To me, that was probably Ward's sloppiest fight because Ward was thinking that he was Sugar Ray in there, and Kovalev was boxing him up in mid-range. I think.
That's just a horrible example to me because I thought Ward handily lost that bullshit. Like, he did try harder the last.
When he got off the canvas, he showed a great display of heart and started winning round after round. And there's not a lot of guys that would take a punch from Kovalev and go down and turn a fight, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, he get respect for that. But, I mean, think about this. If we're looking at performances like that, I feel like what Algieri did against Provodnikov was more impressive.
Yeah, that
because
was
another
great one.
He really swung those rounds around. Like, I even give you a story, like, real quick. Like, I remember that. I remember watching that fight on HBO. At the time, my ex-wife, she was about to go to sleep, and she saw the two fighters, and she gave one look at Provodnikov. It was like, oh my god, like yeah, this dude looks like from a movie. Like he's gonna like a serial killer. Like, he's gonna beat the shit out of this guy. So she was like, so who you picking to win this fight? And I was like, Algieri. And she was like, what? The fucking school teacher looking motherfucker? Like, stop. Went to sleep. And so I think toward the end of the fight, you getting loud because that was a crazy fucking fight to watch.
It was.
And so she wakes up and she's like, God damn, so what? So guy lost? What? Who won? I was like, the fucking school teacher. And she was like, nah, get out of here. Like, wait. I was like, yeah, like, and they started showing the highlights. She was like, damn, he's doing all this? Like, so that's like, I get that type of shit, man. But I agree with you. Like, Ward did make a comeback in that fight. You can't deny that. But I think it gets a little overstated, but he did.
Yeah, because the one thing about Kovalev just wasn't like Kovalev had an answer for everything that Ward did, and that's why it didn't look like that he actually like Ward made a comeback, but Kovalev like nullified it to a degree where I didn't think Ward did enough.
Izzy versus Johnny Gonzalez is a better example too.
Yeah, shout out to
somebody's getting R.I.P. Izzy, man, like big fan, but somebody who's you trying to win and somebody just whooping your ass, and it's just like fuck it, like then that hook started going off, and then fuck it, he came back and turned that bitch around. But it's crazy to see it at the highest level though. Like some pound, like the 2 to 10 best fighters in the world giving you that performance. Like everybody wants this guy. That what was it, Sean Zittle? Like with the whole. Yeah, it wasn't Barrera Morales. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. I'm like, it don't have to be.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like no. Like I mean, there was no running or anything like that. They were literally engaging. See, this is the generation that would probably hate McCallum and Tony. They watch any of the fights. They'd be like, oh wait a minute, they're not hitting each other. Yeah, do you see how they're operating in the pocket? They're setting up shots.
Yeah,
and
it wasn't as. It's similar to like Triple G, Canelo, Bivol. I mean, the better. It's just master level boxers, just having a fucking fight and just great boxing. They have high IQ and like they're not gonna get dropped and nothing. It's just gonna be high level chess match with some action in it. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's what boxing is: hit and not get hit. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying?
And then most of those fights, I don't think you had the type of knockout, violent punchers you had in those bouts. Like when's the last time you've seen this type of high level where both guys have highlight reel knockouts over multiple divisions? Like this was a real once in a lifetime type of fight. Like I don't think people realize like it wasn't gonna be bombs away at the fucking bell. Like
but
they had to ease into it. So there was a better fight than fucking Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko.
True.
Well, I mean, this is the thing as boxing fans, and it's like a conundrum. are we able to have nice things? Because when we behave this way and we say, okay, this fight wasn't just a blood and guts war back and forth, it wasn't the exciting fight I wanted as the viewer. Well, yeah, they're getting paid a lot, but sometimes fighters don't want to do it because they're going to face criticism. And if they avoid people, then the fantastical matchup you put in your brain might make their legacy better. So the problem with it is you got to be reasonable to understand not all good fights are going to be quote unquote good fights, right?
Thank you.
Sometimes they're going to be, like Pilot said, high level chess matches or skillful. The fight exists strictly as it is. And that's why you have to go in with mild expectations. Sometimes you have to be excited. Like I thought Oscar Duarte was going to knock out Angel Fierro. Instead, I thought Angel Fierro beat him. I had a similar card to the broadcast people, and I did not expect it to be a competitive fight that might have shown major flaws in Duarte's game. That's something that's like a joy when that happens. But I don't enter into a fight. I set my alarm clock and go, man, getting ready to watch Holyfield Tyson or like one of the fights that define my life, you know? And I really feel like a lot of people didn't watch a lot of these guys' fights. They just kind of knew and watched the highlights and saw some of the clips. But like the guys they knock out are guys that they have kind of stylistic advantages over. And then the guys that they've beaten at another level, like Nakatani's a break you down guy. He'll catch you, break you down, but he can stop you early, but he stops an aggressive come forward guy early. In a way, he'll catch you if you know, earlier in his career, but he's been more of a systematic guy as of late. So I just think that, you know, people expect things probably based on highlight reels, based on not following these as closely because they're just not following. It's easy to not follow these fights as much, you know, catch a fight.
A lot of people posers too. Like, remember, like a lot of people didn't really start watching Inoue until like, there's like 3 stages of Inoue's career. You got Inoue up until the damn, I think, Omar Navarez. Mm-hmm. Then you have the Inoue career up until the Donaire fight, the first Donaire fight. Then you have the Inoue career up to the Fulton fight. And then that's when I think that last stage of his career is when a lot of people started paying attention. But it took the Fulton opponent for people to do so.
It took also the second Donaire fight, the KO. You know what I'm saying? Like, got a lot of people like.
That's true. You could throw that in there.
That was a highlight reel destruction. That was a highlight reel destruction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they're in stages. Because each stage, a little more people are noticing Inoue. Like if you was there from the beginning, you see the stages. Because there was one stage of Inoue career where he was just trying to bomb everyone out.
Well, that to me, that's the best Inoue. Was when he stopped Jamie McDonald, Juan Carlos Payano. This version of Inoue, what's crazy, isn't as good as he once was. Like that's what's blowing my mind is he's a diminished version of who he was. And you can kind of tell he saw that because when he was knocking those guys out, those were the best fighters in the division, stopping them 1, 2, 3 rounds.
Yeah.
That was something that I'd never seen before. And that was like people were really like waking up and then going right back to bed. They're like, what's this DAZN thing? What's this ESPN thing? And when guys kind of like are like, oh, he's unproven or whatever, you know that they just didn't see those fights.
Absolutely.
Because, you know what I mean?
Do some people seen him and just make it, bro? Like some people see him and they don't want to just get a credit.
But they didn't live through it. They didn't understand the context in 2017, 2018, 2019. They didn't really understand. They might have read a result. They might have seen a clip, but they didn't really understand on a world-class stage what he was doing and objectively applying it to other fighters.
And then some people just don't want to get a credit either. They'll see it. They'll fucking see it. Like, Pat was there. We used to have the ring gang chats, and then I remember the Jamie McDonald fight. Me and Champside were arguing about that when Inoue moved up and bodied him, and it's like, yeah, but what did Jamie McDonald do? I'm like,
he just came off with the Kameda brothers on PBC.
Thank you.
Those are 2 great fights.
Exactly. So it's like you mentioned that, and it's like, well, what he did before that. So it's like it's always fucking something. Like, and we're in the chat discussing this. Pat remembers, he know, like, because I was high on Inouye back then, and it's like, some people just didn't want to fucking believe it. Like it is what it is. Like,
and Nakatani's really good. Like Nakatani could be the next guy that's a pound for pound guy. I think he's like 9 or 10, probably realistically now. I'm just going to segue because I got to go in a second, but David Benavidez, you know, the interesting thing obviously beats the hell out of Zurdo. Like, I don't think anyone fully saw it happening the way it happened. Maybe you saw a stoppage, but the fact that, you know, Zurdo has a round or 2, 3 rounds, it looks like he was doing good, like the Andrade fight, and then all of a sudden he's just getting beat up. It's like it was like the clap on, clap off light. Remember that? It was like all of a sudden he clapped his hands 2 times. He was like getting his eyes messed up. He's bleeding from his nose. It's just like overnight something happened. It's like you look at the pound for pound, it's kind of hard for me to not visually with the inactivity of Bivol to look at Benavidez as the 5th best guy because Bivol just doesn't really fight that often. And then I'll give you guys a hot take that I'm kind of workshopping, but to me, and this, I guess this is my Kellerman, so you guys will love this, but like Benavidez is basically a better version of Rocky Marciano. The way people try to glorify Marciano, comes forward, puts pressure on you, breaks you down, beats you up, overwhelms you. I mean, I think he does the way people glorify Rocky Marciano, but he does it at a higher level, a more skillful level. And people are not giving him truly the credit he deserves because he's entertaining and he's a violent fighter.
He's underrated. His IQ's underrated. I feel like even his defense to some degree, but he has a high IQ. He makes adjustments, or he just his
defense is definitely underrated.
I mean, you can tell he's been boxing all his life. You know, as a young kid, you can just tell.
Well, let me just and then I just want to be like look at this. Like, okay, Golovkin got his praise towards the end, but people didn't give Golovkin. But Virgil Ortiz is a pretty darn skillful fighter, but people just make it look like, oh man, this guy's just walking guys into punches. Benavidez is starting to occupy the new better beef to me, where everyone's just kind of amazed that he's knocking everybody out, but it's not like a pedigree or like, you know, there's not some game plan. It's just, man, this guy hits hard and when he puts his will on you, it's not like there's a craft or a science or there's a skill to it. And it's like, you know, he gets guys in certain positions. And then when you stand in front of him, he can let off these heavy bag combos that I don't know who's the last guy we've ever seen that does these combinations. Sugar Ray Leonard. Like,
I mean, I say at heavyweight. I know
we gotta keep it at heavyweight with that because heavyweight is what's looking bad. Like,
right. I say
you got honestly, Chris Arreola and Chris Bird, the only heavyweights in the last maybe 30 years I can remember throwing at least 4 punch combinations. Like,
no, Corey Sanders, bro, Corey Sanders.
Corey Sanders too. Well, why do y'all start with a C? Like, what is that? Corey Sanders,
Big David
like,
goes
Chris
to heavyweight.
Bird, Chris Arreola.
Yeah, if he goes to heavyweight one day, which I'm sure he probably will, then that trend will be broken. But it's like when you mention those guys, like I'll watch these fights, and when Big David starts throwing punches, you start to get worried for the opponent. Like his hand speed is blinding, and there's like a level of like violence to his hand speed and combination punching that I haven't seen from those fighters. Like maybe Arreola had it in moments, but he looked vulnerable at times. Chris Bird didn't have that, you know, and Corey Sanders, I can't remember. I was younger. I don't remember.
No, Corey Sanders, he wasn't throwing. Look, all the combinations are different. Like Arreola, and I'll go like throw back quick to the when he fought on that Baltimore Floyd undercard. Arreola was throwing like 5 punch 6 combinations. Like this was slimmer. He still kept some of the combinations. They weren't just as fast. A guy like Bird, a good fight. Him and McCline, like Bird threw like a 6 punch combination in the middle rounds, like bah, 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 like all hurting McCline. Corey Sanders never threw the extended. His would be like a 3. Maybe a 4. He never got to 4, 5, and like 5 and 6, 7, the way Chris Bird, Arreola, and Benavidez going. But Corey did throw combinations. There was just like 2 and 3s, like the rare 4 punch.
So
and usually the opponents, if they landed flush, they would fall before the fourth.
Yeah. You got it. He's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he fucking falling. All right.
Yeah. Shout out to Corey Sanders. Rest in peace, man.
R.I.P. Corey Sanders, man. R.I.P.
I mean, Benavidez is this is also a compliment to Benavidez. Fought at cruiserweight. He's not even a heavyweight, and you're comparing him to heavyweights, which shows you just how hard he's hitting, right? Because it's like you have a guy who's arguing about going between cruiserweight and light heavyweight, and it's like almost like Jai Opetaia, right? We say he's got really fast hands. Would anyone pick Jai over Benavidez? Because he basically does the Jai thing, but he's probably going to just beat him up and do it better than him.
Yeah, I used to think so, but not now.
It's 60-40 for David Benavidez for me.
I used to think so, but not now. I think Benavidez will win that fight, but Jai's
he's too mean for Opetaia. Like
Jai's a sniper. I mean, but he couldn't knock out Glenn. I'm not saying Glenn was tough. I'm just saying, I don't know,
But do you think Glenn goes the distance with the David Benavidez?
I don't think most people go the distance with Benavidez. I think the only people that can take him the distance are really, really smart, patient fighters that just won't give him. If you stand in front of him, he will beat you up.
I think Bivol, 35 years old, off a bad back now, inactive. I'd pick Benavidez over Bivol and Beterbiev at this point.
But I always felt he could beat Bivol. It was Beterbiev. I was worried about.
Before you leave, Luke, should he go back down or should he just campaign at cruiserweight and eventually test the waters ahead? Like I don't want him to. I think it's not a Roy Jones situation, but I think moving down back to light heavyweight might be a bad look for him.
I think it's just opponent driven because we did a boxing scene column today or a round table about this, and to me, it's like I get where you're saying, and thank you for asking me a question. It makes me feel special too. I like that when I get a question; it just makes me feel cool. It's to me, it's like okay, if you're gonna fight like a random cruiserweight guy. Or you could fight Bivol. I want him to go back to light heavyweight because I'm of the belief that maybe he didn't cut weight for this camp. This is about what he walks around at. Maybe he cut a little bit, but he came in under the limit. I think he didn't have to do the weight cut. I don't think it's as big of a deal. Maybe the weight cut here because I think he's a big guy that squeezes down. So if he could get Bivol or Beterbiev at light heavyweight or a catch weight of something, I'd rather see that than a random person. If you can't get that fight, either of those names, just stay at cruiserweight and let's try to make this Jai Opetaia fight because Jai's been a really fascinating figure. He's been exciting. He's kind of earned his spot, and now that's the big fight for both guys. The problem is Zuffa. Is there a paradox there? Is there, these sides of the streets where guys won't work with each other? That would be unfortunate. The one I'm worried about more is the heavyweight jump because if you think about it, if you weigh in at 215 at heavyweight, I mean, what's a 40-pound difference? Let's think right now. I got to do math, but let's say
Miller
in a way would be able to fight Triple G, right? Wait, no, is my math off? No, that's right. So in a way, the gap between weights would be Golovkin, right? 160, 122 to 160. And and then in heavyweight, that's just called heavyweight. And people are like, oh yeah, that's just heavyweight. They never think about the fact that there's these big size gaps. They're just like, oh yeah, heavyweight. They're all big. And so I'm more concerned about, I've already seen floating conversations of hey, Benavidez Usyk. I'm not as excited to see that one. I'd rather see us cruiserweight, light heavyweight, and then he's getting to heavyweight, but let's see. Yeah, let's not rush to heavyweight. I get that this was a really fun, exciting performance, but let's not just take possibly one of the most exciting, one of the best ambassadors of boxing, someone that if you're a fan, he'll go out of his way and be really great to you. Let's not just ruin this. Let's not just move him up to heavyweight and just be yeah, let's see what happens. So
because boxing fans always move in a rush. That's why. It's always on to the next thing. Even though you got something great right in front of you, it's always, hey, okay, what about that over there? I wholeheartedly agree.
Not to interrupt you, Shai, but this is something I wanted to bring up for your show because I didn't bring it up. So Inoue beats Nakatani. It's this big win. We're smart. I'd say smart boxing fans. I'm sorry if that offends anyone. They go, they go, oh my God, this is big win. The first thing I see on Twitter is, well, now he's got to move up and fight Rafael Espinoza. Belt holder at featherweight. He's basically a lightweight fighting at 126. He's probably going to leave the division soon. But it's like he gets a generational win. So you get experts that are like, you know what? I'm not quite convinced. Let's get him in there with the craziest body type away from him. Possibly the most dangerous, biggest punching guy. Yeah, that's who he should fight next coming off of this. Not Jesse Bam Rodriguez, who's like another pound for pound guy. The height and the weights match up. Let's put him in with Espinoza. And these same geniuses, if he were to lose, would go, yep, I told you he wasn't good. He only won.
Because that's, you said it right. That's all they want to do. Like, look, man, in a way, Japanese, like, they treating his career like it's an anime. Like, the Nakatani was this big season finale. That was the villain. Like, now it's like you need something else now. It's like, in a way, it's so powerful. It's like, damn, like Goku came back. What else is out for him? Like he didn't destroy this dude. Like, what else? Oh, like you know how crazy it is to beat somebody like Nakatani, and then somebody throws fucking Rafael Espinoza at you. Like, all right, well, him next. Like,
I had to make a post about this because it was so stupid. I would read it on the show if I felt really bored, but it would just bore your audience. But it's like within 20 minutes of this fight being over, and I'm like, wow, what a great fight. I'm eating the Dunkin' Donuts. Have you guys ever had those bites, the donut holes? Got the donut holes Saturday. I'm super excited. I'm on like my third cup of coffee. Done a video segment, doing a live. Which just lets you know how much fun we have in my household on a Saturday. And you're the first. I'm trying to get these reactions because I'm like, wow, what a fun fight. My sense was, the fans aren't probably going to be happy, but I thought it was a pretty good fight. But I was really trying to get people's opinions, and no one woke up for the fight or people were locked in. And the first reactions I saw on social media, and I only have one social media, which is X. Say what it is, just a platform I used for a long time. It was like, oh man, got to fight Espinoza. And I'm like, really? This is what we're going to do after this type of fight is like throw this out there. And it's like with Benavidez, it's like we kind of see the same thing. Like, yeah, Usyk. I think he could beat Usyk. It's like, wait, why are we jumping to the Usyk thing here?
Like, and my whole thing is, I'd rather see Usyk fight Caballel or
one of the young guys,
Wardley and Moses. Like,
but I'll give you another hot take just to hijack your show. I think Daniel Dubois knocks out Wardley this week.
I got Wardley.
Right here.
It's 50-50. I got Wardley, but it's 50-50. No, that's a real close fight.
I'll break it down right now for the Ring Gang viewers too. Why is Wardley does really well in chaos, right? All of his knockouts come chaotic exchange, boom, hand to God. He does Thor's hammer. Dubois jabs in chaotic situations, and he sneaks his right hand in. And I think that's going to be a difference maker, is when they get into chaos, Wardley's not going to be able to handle kind of that little nuance, because that's what he got Joshua with. Gets crazy, jab, right hand. And Wardley is just a hell of a story, and I honestly want him to win, which is why I don't think he'll win. Because normally when I don't see it in a guy, and then the first time I'm going to cheer for him is when it's over. So I was going to say, so then Usyk's going to beat this kickboxer who's well accomplished and all that, just not a boxer. So it's like, okay. And then I can almost guess that we're probably going to see Daniel Dubois versus Usyk 3. In the fight that no one wants to see, when we have Caballel, who's to me the most fascinating heavyweight what if story out there. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I just feel like the boxing gods are being tempted, just rolling, touching their hands together and just saying like, let's just make this thing go crazy. Because
you're not going to be wrong. Two big fights back in a row. I can't see that. Like, I could
be. This is boxing, and
I see Wardley beating him, but like you make good points, as you always do.
Well, and look, the Nakatani was close. The problem was,
of course,
decided not to
like
lose.
I said, look, the Nakatani wasn't no bad take. Like I'm telling y'all right now, like that's how good that fucking fight was. Like,
well, Dubois, the problem
Dubois
is
not a bad take either.
but it's the camp. I don't know the details on the training camp, right? So I think there's X factors around how Dubois trains, possibly.
He's a walking fucking X factor. The man threw a party before this last fight.
But do we really believe that?
I can't trust.
I just don't know if I fully believe that, because it's like sometimes like people do things just because like it sounds good as an excuse. Like I knew a guy that was a 20-0 boxer who never took a fight. He just retired 20-0, and I partially think he just didn't want to know what the next level was. He could just say, I retired 20-0, everyone ducked me, couldn't get a fight. Boxing's crooked.
Yeah.
And I like, you know, have a house
that would have been Andre's career if he didn't fight Benavidez.
Yeah, and look, and that I don't know. Like to me, if you're having a party before you fight Usyk, he knew what it was. He knew what it was. Like he knew what was going to happen.
Like he had to, but just the fact that he did it. The fact that he did it, though.
I mean, he's a frustrating fighter, right? When he fought.
Oh, you muted yourself.
You muted.
Yeah, my mic unplugged for a quick second. But like, I mean, when he fought Joe Joyce, right? That should have been like his breakout moment. And then like he gets beat up. And then remember, people are like, what a pussy. Like he got his jaw broken or his eye got really beaten up. I love those moments in boxing.
It's like a guy,
what was it? Victor Ortiz. People wanted to hate him, so he gets his jaw broken, and they're like, what a softie. And it's like if most people got their jaw broken, it would be this traumatic moment that would cause like years of post-traumatic stress. But it's like in a boxing match, the standard is like unreasonable. And then it's like Dubois was written off, comes back. You guys know the whole story, but and it's like he knocks out Joshua, and then he does just weird stuff before the Usyk fight. And it's like, to me, when he's like down on the cards is when he always performs better. He comes out to his little reggae song. He's big as hell. And then, you know, he tries to clip, like he doesn't come out to like a Bob Marley song typically. I think he comes out to Bob Marley. He's bigger than you think.
It fits his happy-go-lucky personality.
He comes out to Bob Marley, I'm pretty sure. And he tries to, like, I think that most of his best performances have also come when he's the underdog, right? So he's someone that actually achieves better.
Oh, you muted yourself. Oh,
damn. Well, I'm surprised he lasted that long with us. I was like, damn, we was grinding. Like,
I know.
So, like, I know he just said, 20, 30 minutes, but we appreciate it. Big dog Lukey, salute, West Coast.
And just one thing I want to add for the Inoue stuff before we go into the Benavidez stuff too. Shout out to Takuma too for beating down Ioka. Like Ioka was trying to be a 5-division champion, and Takuma found some power. He knocked him down twice and also broke an orbital too. So Inoue brothers both broke orbitals. Nakatani guy's orbital broken. Ioka guy's his orbital broken. Man, it was just that night for them. They were motivated.
Yeah, that's the type of ass whoopings I like to see, like from brothers. Like, they was both putting some. And I know Inoue's the Naoya's fight was tougher, but you can still say he, just from the results, you can still say he dished out a little beating. Because I don't care how close or competitive a fight is. If I break your face, I'm gonna say I beat your ass.
Yeah, like orbital.
You knocked me down 5 times. If I broke your face, nigga.
Well, I mean, Inoue beat Ioka's ass. I don't know if you watched that fight.
Yeah, no, he did. He beat the fuck out of him.
That's literally what he did.
Oh, okay. Did y'all watch?
You must have walked away.
Did y'all watch this? Yeah, did y'all watch the Saki fight?
That wasn't air. That didn't air on the
wasn't
zone.
There at all. Okay, some people saw it, but some people didn't. That's why I asked.
No, I wish I did. I wish
Did y'all get that British feed? What were y'all on? Because I know there was 2 different.
Nigga, I watched the zone. Nigga, I don't watch no feed.
No, but I'm saying, was it Mannix them or was it some British niggas for yours? Your commentary.
It was British niggas.
It was British.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Which I was cool with. I'm not a fan of Mannix and company, so
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not them, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, man, you have a fucking loaf of bread commentating on the fight. I don't give a fuck. Long as I got to hear Mannix and they bullshit.
Yeah, but like I said, that was like I said, that was a good early morning fight. And then, Benavidez, as I mentioned in our chat too, that Benavidez Zurdo card. I mean, that was probably PBC's best offering on Prime since the first card with Zoo and Fundora won. That shit 5 fights. Usually if you have 5 fights on the main card, at least there'd be at least one dud. Not one fucking dud.
One smoke break, one fast food run type of.
Yeah, like I said, the first one was Lucero versus Flores. That was a slugfest and an
upset.
Who
won that?
Flores. Was it Flores? No, it was
Ishmael Flores upset Lucero. Lucero's at the 154 Mexican, kind of has some Canelo shade to him look wise, but he got exposed and lost to 0 to this.
Yeah, he got out. He got outboxed.
That was a good parlay pick, but just the rest of them shits, because I didn't get to see that Flores fight, but I heard that was a good fight.
That was a good fight. And then Chavez and Sanchez, that was a fight of the year, Kennedy. That was a fucking.
I saw a little bit of it. They was fucking going at it on that one.
I saw the end of that one. Yeah, the end of that one looked kind of.
The end of that one was, it was the final round, and the end of that was just nuts. Like, and after watching them, like, because there was a round of the year, I think it was either round 4 or 8 or whatever. Like, it was just like punch fuckery, And then the way it ended too was just like, oh yeah, I was clapping. I was thoroughly impressed. Like, that was it was so that shit was so raw that that the crowd once it was Duarte and Fierro, like the crowd was booing them for the first round. It was like, goddamn, like let them warm up into the fight first, and then once they
spoiled ass fans.
Yeah, like once they warmed up into a fight, I think it warmed up once. Duarte was a little dirty in this fight because he knocked Fierro down and the ref down after the bell. But
Duarte is kind of mid. I know I said it when we were chatting about it, but he got a little bit hype overrated because he can say pussy in English and the Hitchens situation, of course. The Hitchens thing a lot.
Well, no, the
Hitchens. But Duarte's a hard fight though. No one just wipes their ass with this dude. Him up
and just forgot he got knocked out by Ryan Garcia type shit. I don't know. It just kind of
got a little overrated. He was whooping Ryan Garcia's ass, bro.
But he got a little overrated with the Hitchens situation. That's the fact.
No, it's not he has good.
That's Hitchens' fault though. Like.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, like, he's not, he's not like an elite fighter or nothing. I don't know why people were acting like
he's an elite 140 pounder. But here's what I think is that dude had to make weight, and Fierro blew weight because Fierro has been on some bullshit lately. Like he got DQ'd before in his previous fight, and then he blew weight before. Like he lost a lot of his momentum from the Pitbull fight, right? So and he was heavier than Duarte because he didn't burn himself to make the weight. So when Duarte, obviously exerted the engine that he did, he gassed a little bit. And then in Fierro, he didn't burn himself to make weight, was able to keep him in line with the jab. And, and then a tempo shot had Duarte kind of wobbling, which was unexpected. I didn't see that. And he was kind of able to he had Duarte almost punching one at a time because, Duarte was just, he was spent from trying to knock it out in the first half of the fight, and even then, like, I mean, I like Luke said, I thought Fierro won the fight too, but I couldn't see them giving to him because of all the fuckery that he put them through, so like, and the crowd was booing Duarte too, and like, it's sad.
God damn, this must be the best booed fight ever.
It might be because I was like, these show Duarte no type of love. Fierro,
these niggas average 800 punches, but there was some boos. Like, wow.
Yeah, there was some serious boos.
Like,
it was a good fight. I mean, it was a good fight. But Duarte did get he got toward the end of the round. He got hurt pretty fucking bad. He didn't get dropped, but he was on Queer Street for sure.
Yeah, he was on Queer Street. He didn't recover from that tempo shot, which was kind of crazy because, like I said, he is pretty tough. But
the fans were booing tough after. Yeah, the fans were booing that decision tough on Duarte. They probably thought Fierro won.
I just think him going into Fierro getting that little bit of advantage, and Duarte didn't have that advantage. I think that
Yeah, it's like they took style points away. Like, look, bro, like you fought good, but hey, you can't. It's too much fuckery.
That one round, Pat, where dude got dropped right when, like, late after the bell, and he was hurt. He was hurt when Fierro got dropped.
I said that before. I said that.
I'm like, is this nigga hearing? Is he hearing the same stream? Like, This nigga got a multi-dimension stream where he's hearing shit like 4 minutes later.
Yeah, no, I said that, Pilot. I said that fuckery. It's,
but yeah, Duarte's it's like he has his limitations, but he's one of those guys who doesn't think he has limitations. He doesn't fight like it, and he always has that effort. So if you don't have a little dog in you, if you can't dig deep and be composed under fire and outbox him or you got Ryan Garcia firepower, then you're gonna have a tough time with dude. That's just what it is.
Yeah, it is. Like I said,
Hitchens for all his skill, like Hitchens don't like no dog fights. And what was the Lemos fight? A dog fight for the most part. Mm-hmm. So it's like, come on, man. Like, it ain't like no one's calling Duarte fucking Duran.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was just one of those things where the optics, because Hitchens had a lot to say during the fight. I'm like, and people were telling him, it was like, yo, yeah, you got. I even mentioned that I used to ring it. I was like, yo, like, don't you let someone take your work? Like, you gotta stop that. Like, stop letting niggas take your work. Like, you can.
Yeah, and look, I'm glad you brought that up, my nigga. Like, look, y'all gotta look. This Najee nigga, like, God, like he just can be so frustrating because one day he'll sound like a great ambassador for the sport, then the next day he'll have a shit take. And it's like some of y'all niggas is having more shit takes than good takes for y'all platform. Like it should never be, it should kind of have a little 50-50, 45-45. Y'all be like 80-20 with these ratios.
Right.
That shit, I think it was something he said about like, man, like Duarte, like y'all gotta stop with this Duarte with Hitchens is scared of Duarte, like Hitchens would have beat him if they like, bro, like get the fuck out of here. Look, y'all be having more confidence in these niggas than they do. If Hitchens could beat Duarte, he would have done so. Yeah,
it would have been like after this, like he would have ran it back. You say Carlos Adames, we gave him shit for not, for the whole shit for pulling out with the ammo fight, but he rescheduled that shit. They say, okay, like, nah, look, we're gonna reschedule it. And Adames,
y'all actually think this nigga better than me? Hold on, like,
yeah,
and it was one of those.
Yeah, and Adames went there and beat his ass. That's what Hitchens should have done. Instead, he gave up his belt and he signed the Zuffa, where he's hiding behind. I was like, well, he can't follow me there, and he's talking all this shit like he's mid and stuff like that. You can say that. Really, only Ryan Garcia can actually talk that Duarte shit that he's mid because Ryan Garcia actually knocked him out. And
exactly. Yeah. And it's like, and y'all making this have to give Ryan Garcia props. Like that's where you fucking up. First of all, like y'all having like literally, he's right. Like if make the fucking for stop this because he says because Pat responded under the Ring Gang account, and then dude was like, yeah, very true, but it's obvious. No, it's fucking not obvious. God damn it! Like, don't give an answer like I'm tired of like. Look, bro, like, don't give an answer like that, and then double down on your dumbassness. Still, don't say well. Like, don't acknowledge that a nigga right, and then still go off the deep end.
Yeah.
Look, what's the point? Like, if you're gonna say that stupid shit, don't say anything at all. Like. Because niggas is calling you out on it. Like, bro, like, it's not obvious. Like, a lot of shit that y'all be thinking is obvious, it don't be obvious because what Larry Merchant used to say? Boxing's the theater of the unexpected. As soon as you think something's obvious and about to go one way, it'll happen something totally different.
Exactly.
The Nakatani Inoue is a perfect example. Like Luki said, most of the 99% 9 chance the Nakatani guy wins those matchups. Mm-hmm. Look at Ricky Hatton and Kasazu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a great example for that. Like a lot of those times.
I never liked Ricky Hatton since.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like a lot of times those guys win that, and I think wasn't Kasazu the favorite?
He was. He absolutely was.
So yeah, like so a lot of times that happens, and that didn't happen this time. So you can't just go in there and just start be thinking because it had like boxing's one of those. It can happen 9 times in a row in boxing on some Mortal Kombat. Oh yeah, the Earth Realm lost 9 times in a row. But yeah, now we got Liu Kang and these other niggas.
Yeah,
like we gonna turn the narrative the 10th time.
Yeah.
It's what up, Benavidez Spinks, but yeah, he should have. We're all gonna favor a guy who's not retired over the guy who's retired. hey, Rob, yeah, exactly. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how this boxing shit feel like. Well, Earth lost 9 times in a row. If they lose the 10th, yeah, that's how these niggas looking at it. They're like, fuck it, like that's how you got to look at that shit sometimes. Like some people ain't losing. You think they lost 9 times? No, that motherfucker is like, nah, I just gotta win 1 time.
Yeah, like Hitchens. All I know is that people are gonna be watching your fight very carefully, and so for whoever you're facing, you better be facing someone that's kind of like a threat to you. If you want to give up your title and and everything like that, because people are gonna be watching. So you better ready to get some criticism, because I know you ducked the criticism for Lemos. And it's just like you gotta get that shit together. Like you didn't have to be on social media like on that. Like you could just kept that shit pushing and just like nah, like
yeah. Like too many of y'all niggas be thinking y'all have to say something. It's like arguing with bitches. Like gotta have a last word, and it's like sometimes the last word ain't necessary. Nigga, just leave. God damn it! Like
facts.
Well, take your whole ass on and go. Like the fuck.
But then also the co-main with Munguia and Resendez though.
Oh yeah, we got
hard fight. But this one, Munguia I could tell that Munguia. I mean, first of all, Munguia has lost a lot of points for me because the Saras fight really first of all, like he got 1 punch knocked out by Saras, and then he supposedly wins the rematch, but tests positive for synthetic test. And that's one of those things. Like synthetic test is like if you have that in your system, you took that shit. It's not natural. Like,
that's one of those Baumgartner superhero juices.
Yeah,
where it's like you can't avoid it. Like it's like you can't say it was in ripped fuel or it was a part of that or somebody put extra mayo on your burger type shit. No, motherfucker, you knew what you was doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to get tainted fucking synthetic tests. It's not possible. It's not. But somehow they managed to get rid of. He and it was in this B sample too. And that second Saras fight should have been a no contest, but for some reason it's still on there as a loss for Saras. So like he's already like Munguia is already on like he's lost a lot of cool points.
Yeah, he's thin ice with the fuck shit.
Now but
especially his long ass fucking take him forever to jump off the porch ass career. Exactly.
And now of course you go after Resendez, because Resendez is like, oh, okay. And now Resendez obviously is not a pushover. I mean, it's wild to me. Elijah Garcia is the only person to stop him, but dude has knockout wins over her and beat down Caleb Plant. Talk about unexpected shit. That's another example of unexpected boxing fight. Because
but we also expected Elijah Garcia to kind of turn out better too.
Yeah, which again, unexpected shit. Like Resendez was not supposed to be
the one. Again.
Yeah, Resendez is the one that has the title, and Garcia is losing fights to someone who needs to be cussed at by Roy Jones to be motivated to fight. So boxing, theater of the unexpected shit. But I get Resendez is another guy that I think the lights were too bright. Because number one, he took the Munguia punch as well. Like dude was solid as fuck. Like he won a couple of the first 2 or 3 rounds, but after that he didn't make no adjustments and he let Munguia kind of lateral movement and jab and combination.
And he was throwing 1 punch at a time. The crazy part is, I thought Resendez power bothered Munguia because
I never saw Resendez. I never saw.
He was rocking him. My bad. Keep going.
No, I never saw Resendez hesitant before. It felt suspect. I ain't gonna lie. Like, what the hell? I've never seen him fight that passive ever. Have you guys ever seen him fight ever like that? Come on.
Nah, but no. But Resendez has his passive moments because even in the Caleb Plant fight, look, he could have stopped Plant. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
He could have he kicked Plant's ass. There's no disputing that. But he could have really put his foot off in his ass and stopped him if he wanted to. And he just kind of did he just did what was necessary to win, but he didn't really take off like he could have on Duke. So when you look at that and you see the way Munguia was fighting, Munguia was hesitant, but then Munguia would be explosive and violent. Munguia would just then he'll wham, and it's like, oh shit, like then he'll go back to being passive. It was like he was doing the whole winky right Jermaine Taylor shit where it's like the only difference is Taylor wasn't getting hurt by Winky. He was just retreating to get leverage on the punches and the love Winky and the bombs. Munguia looked like he was really bothered and hurt a few times by Resendez's power. And then he would just kind of wait him out. And instead of Resendez kind of taking the swing, like taking the lead and getting the momentum, he would let Munguia recover. And then Munguia would just go do his Terry Norris combo routine and that kept happening the whole fight until Resendez, like Pat said, kind of stopped trying to win the rounds because early half he was kind of up there, like he had like 2 or 3 rounds, but then it's like he kept waiting and fighting behind Munguia, and it's like Munguia's not even fighting at this crazy pace. He's keeping you in check with these damn Andre Berto outbursts.
Right, exactly.
Although, and it worked, though. It worked.
Yeah, and Munguia did hurt him in the final round. Like after, because I mean, they both took some hell of some shots, but you know, Munguia finally managed to kind of hurt him in the final round type shit, and it was just like, yeah. And Munguia, he tried to put him away. That was the killer instinct. He tried to put him away, but
yeah, he did. But it's the thing with Munguia. Munguia never really went to the body that fight.
Yeah, no, I think he was just like it was all about the headshots. Like that's what
it was too easy because Resendez wasn't moving his head, so I get it. But if you're trying to stop a guy like that, you need to go to the body too. And Munguia could have because they like Resendez was, you know, mixing shit up to make him do anything different. Like everything, the whole canvas was there for him to paint on.
Right. You know, and like I said, and you could even say that you know that Munguia didn't deserve it. Munguia won that fight fair and square, and it was clear that he won that shit. Like on some 117, 111 type scores. Like, you know, and like now of course, you know, he's a 2-division champion, like 8 years after he gave up his 154 belt because he couldn't make the weight and he was being put on skates by people with like 7 KOs. So it's like
it get crazy. He couldn't get a damn 160 belt.
Yeah, insane.
How you get a one? That's you don't really see that too often. A 154 champion and a super middleweight champion. It's like, hey, damn, it's the Bud.
Yeah, Crawford. Yeah, obviously. Yeah,
he's like the last person.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like it's weird, but I mean, obviously it took him long. Like Munguia should have been the champion again a lot sooner than that, not like in so late into his kind of
he was supposed to be a champion at 160, but he didn't go for it. Like he ducked all
the smoke, you know what I'm saying?
Ducked all the smoke. You had the Maul fight was there. This was before we knew Maul was trending into wherever he's at now, but they could have tried a little harder.
I was talking about it earlier, like because you know 147 always kind of comes back. 160, there was a moment in time when the Zone or Matchroom first launched, right, where it had Triple G, Munguia, Canelo, Charlo, Andrade. Like that had potential to be a division. It could have been popping, you know what I'm saying, bubbling, but it never. You know, obviously Jamal had his
blame the Zone, blame Eddie, blame Canelo, whatever. Like all these.
I'm just saying, it had like you know those 5-6 fighters.
Same thing with super middleweight.
That should have been fire.
Instead of getting a round robin tournament of matchups, we just got Canelo and everybody selling a belt to him.
Right, basically.
We were supposed to get Saunders, Andre. That never happened. Then we got Saunders and some other bullshit. Then we got Callum Smith with some other bullshit. Like, it's like, oh my God, like I ain't gonna lie, Eddie was afraid to match up his guys back then, man.
Yeah, he was. He was overpaying him and he wasn't matching his guys. But this is a moment, I mean, So yeah, Monkey. Remember, he passed out at 162. I remember that. Remember that, Pat? In the
Yeah.
weigh-in.
Yeah, he
Always,
passed.
it's always this big ass middleweight passing out. It should be at
Him and
160.
Danny, bro.
Him and Janibek, yeah.
But, I can't work at 160.
Yeah,
Oh,
so now I bet you Munguia. Nobody's really gonna fight Lester Martinez or Osley, even though Osley Iglesias got a belt. You know, they're not gonna.
I think
Nobody.
Munguia beats the shit out of damn Lester Martinez.
You think so?
Yeah, Lester Martinez ain't look all that great as like he won clearly, easily. Like he won clearly, and it was a competitive, good fight. You know, the dude took like maybe 3 rounds off of him, but he ain't look as impressive as Munguia did to me. But neither one looked perfect or like it wasn't like like neither one of these guys was David Benavidez at night.
Right.
Yeah.
But as far as I say, one who looked closer to it had to be Munguia.
Yeah.
Because I feel like even though Munguia had his little passive moments, he still put glove to purpose. Whereas
he
like
looked
Martinez,
I can't. Somebody that's already popping in boxing like that, like this motherfucker. I don't know. I'm just saying. Let's wait for the.
no, dude, we said that. Like motherfucker, test Munguia, shit.
Yeah, like I was
Motherfucker
like,
looking like Terry Norris and shit. Motherfucker, no, test that nigga.
yeah, I said to us like on this card, somebody's gonna pop dirty, like because there was 5 fights, and all of them were high quality fades, like to the point where you have to think like some of them, someone was on a little something because they were fighting hard, which I appreciate, but some people were like, you had to raise a couple eyebrows a little bit, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, going balls to the wall type shit. So it's like, hey,
yeah, no,
you
but
know, it is what it is. But damn.
Yeah, I'll say no. McGill, he makes a good addition to 168. You know, just gotta hope that whoever is his brain trust now will kind of like put him in actual good fights. Don't let him waste his career on some bullshit. Hell, get fucking Sarasa a shot. You know, like I would.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
They don't want that problem. But yo, let me ask you this. For you, Munguia, Lester Martinez, who would gun to your head, who you choosing?
Munguia.
Okay, so I'm not crazy then, Pilot.
I mean, it'll be a good scrap though, but I just think
it would. Hell yeah, I ain't saying that.
I think Munguia. Now, if Munguia fought the way that he did, against Resendez, like the movement, the jab, the combination punching, Lester Martinez is tough, but his bag is not like Munguia's bag at this time.
At least not the off, like because I feel like Martinez has better defense than Munguia, but Munguia definitely has better fucking offense.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
And Munguia's defense isn't bad. It's more like it's like Melo's defense. Like just concentrate, nigga. Damn.
Yeah, when he doesn't concentrate, he takes all time. I mean, you get the Derianchenko performance where
it's like one of those like effort type of like what they say. Like defense is effort most of the defense and hustle is effort for the most part. Like, but yeah. Like damn, Melo.
King P, what up?
What's going on?
Yeah, man, you good, man? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm tough. I'll thug it out.
So yeah, no, right now we just talking about the Benavidez Zurdo card.
Yeah.
Lester Martinez or Munguia before you go in.
I'll throw my 2 cents in. I would go Lester, and I agree with the points that you're saying. The problem is, even though his offense is better than Lester's, to me his offense is more inconsistent and sporadic, and you don't know what you're going to get every fight. And at least if nothing else, I think Lester is much more consistent, and I would trust Lester to put together a good game plan around Munguia. And like you said, I think he's better defensively, and I think he would show some defensive skills to get out of the way of some of Munguia's attacks. That's just me, though. I can see Munguia winning, though.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
I mean, definitely good, but might be the best fight at 168. Really,
facts.
We don't want to, and I have no interest in that other bullshit, fucking and Billy Canelo. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, that's just unless Billy wants to really train hard and really want to put some more mileage on Canelo, I'm just like, you already know what it is. Like,
yeah. Like, and then speaking of Canelo, like, yeah, one cheater, damn, rooting for another cheater. Good God, get this niggas on my TV.
Yo, Canelo got booed the fuck. Yeah, like, I was actually surprised how much
he
got booed. Yeah,
I
seemed
mean,
like
the chickens came home to roost. There's only so long fake thugs can pretend.
Because he ain't look. If I'm Canelo, I would never show up at a David Benavidez card. First of all, like, you bitch, you fucking bitch. Like, why? How dare you show up and to root for Munguia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both you cheaters get the fuck out the arena. Like, get the fuck on, like, bro.
Yeah,
like, how dare you show up to a David Benavidez card to root for the goddamn co-main? Like,
I think at this point, unless Canelo is going to save his last fight for Munguia, not for Munguia, for Benavidez, and go out on a shield, I don't think he's going to be forgiven. I think that's the only way he can redeem himself.
Yeah, pretty much. Or and Billy beats him the fuck down, and we can just forget it all happened.
Yeah,
True,
exactly.
true.
Because like box, like it, like, yeah, I didn't expect to see like Canelo get booed like that. He was getting booed, like people like he stole something from somebody.
I mean, I got to tell you, I'm not surprised. I've told you this for a while. I've been to Mexico. I've visited Mexico and had conversations with the locals. And I got into boxing conversations with my cab driver and this person and this person. People don't really like Mexicans. A lot of Mexicans don't really fuck with Canelo like that. Like I've said, he has his fans, but his fans get like he doesn't. His fans aren't as big as people think they are when it comes to a certain demographic of fans. But there's a lot of people that don't fuck with him.
No, I know, bro. Like, because Florida got every fucking Latin ethnic group down here. So there's a good majority. There's a lot of Mexicans down here, and I'll be honest with you, like a lot of Mexicans here don't rock with Canelo either. And I remember with the whole if you brought up Canelo name back then, niggas would bring up the Floyd fight or the Golovkin fight, and it's always to disparage Canelo. It's never like, oh yeah.
Well, and I think it's worse. I think it's worse now because
it is.
Even back then, even the cats that didn't fuck with Canelo, I think that they still had a little bit of respect for him as a fighter and what he accomplished. I think that's long gone now. I don't think they have any respect for him now.
Yeah, because you done had the Bivol laws. It went life and death with ancient Golovkin. You goddamn, you can't put away guys like fucking Ryder and Berlanga.
Yeah,
like it just bro. Like it's funny how people will say, because I see this shit on Twitter, like Canelo never really was a true face of boxing. He didn't earn it. He kind of was just given the spot.
De facto face.
Yeah, when Floyd kind of went down.
The de facto face, as I call it.
Yeah, no one really, like, he didn't become that, like, bro, like, because when it was his time to really become that, you were fighting like motherfucker, like, you weren't fighting no Golovkin, you weren't fighting the niggas we wanted you to, you weren't fighting no Charlos. You fucking fighting Amir fucking Khan, nigga.
Yeah. And of course, it doesn't help to know that, obviously Benavidez clearly won the event with this performance. Like, dude is trending, he's viral. People on my Facebook are actually posting this knockouts. Like, people are like, wow, this big Mexican, his hands are fast. Like, everyone, there's memes up of shit. Like Benavidez won the fucking event, and he laid a real true blue ass whooping.
Won the fight, won the event, won the weekend.
Which is funny because I seen someone tweet yesterday or this morning, I forgot. Oh, how come Benavidez hasn't crossed over? He's got the perfect fan-friendly style. I don't know why. I think people will love him. And I said, hey, it's happening. Give it one or two more fights, and he's there. He'll be there.
To be honest, Benavidez has crossed over. Like,
but
there's levels of crossing over.
But I'm saying there's levels. I'm saying like really pop. Like really, really pop.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen until he gets look in another universe, in another multiverse. he's already there because he had the Canelo fight. I don't think there's somebody the casuals know like that unless somebody just starts getting promoted hella hard. That's gonna just elevate Benavidez to the fucking level of Tank or Mike Tyson.
Well, I'll say he's getting there because my dad be calling me about boxing sometimes. And he called me about Benavidez.
I'll be honest with you, and I'm not saying he'll do it, but I'm saying if he went up to heavyweight and won a belt at heavyweight, I think that would tip the scales.
Yeah, I agree. Like, because look, this is the thing. Benavidez crossed over a little while ago. Like, he's kind of been like boxing's favorite secret because
the Tyson Mexican Monster thing. I was one of these.
That helped him. Like the Canelo, the Plant, the Andre, all the performances, all the like, and he has great goodwill with like the boxing media. Like, you know, him and his dad get lots of interviews from different people. Like, everybody, like, people have good things to say about him. Like, you don't hear bad shit about David Benavidez and the Benavidez. Like, unless you're fucking Venezuela.
Unless you're the guy he slapped. Unless you're the guy his brother slapped, or unless you're Caleb Plant
or Rayo.
Yeah, Rayo.
so if you're not those three people, then you probably they just like Benavidez is he's what we call hard work luck. Hard work luck is the type of luck you accumulate after just doing the right thing, doing what you're supposed to do consistently for years. It's you'll just finally break through type of luck. Like, because you've just been doing the right thing so long. Then other people, they'll just have the stars align one night and they'll reach that level without having to do the whole Benavidez journey. And that's just how the sport is.
And of course, and if people want to know like how Benavidez fights the way he does, like I said before, when dude was obese, dude was sparring partners for Kelly Pavlik and Triple G. Like, you will learn your fundamentals, quick.
Let's do a comparison for a comparison's sake. As far as status goes and where he's at now, how would you compare him to Errol Spence of a couple of years ago?
I might say he's bigger than Errol Spence.
Really?
Maybe. Because Errol Spence was known, but this is the thing, like, when Errol Spence got his big fight, they didn't do 1 million. If Benavidez was to fight Canelo, they doing 1 million buys.
Right.
So that's my kind of gauge for it. And then it's like Benavidez just if somebody was to say prime Errol Spence is bigger than Benavidez, I wouldn't argue. But to me, it just doesn't feel that way. Like, it just, like I say, like, one of the biggest examples, this was back in 2023 when I was at LA Fitness training one of my boxing students, and some random Asian kid came in there and was training, and he asked if I could do the mitts for him and shit, and we was talking, and he saw my student hitting the bag, and he asked me, hey, you think he could take Benavidez? And I had to look at Jit like, motherfucker, are you out of your mind? I was like, yeah, maybe the smaller older brother, yeah, because I'm training a dude 6'3", like, yeah. Mm-hmm. If I'm training a tall nigga, you ain't gonna lose to no little motherfucker. But still, shout out to Pat. But the fact that this dude asked me, is he ready for like, David Benavidez is a name, like you gotta kind of know, to be on the cusp of casual boxing to kind of know David Benavidez in 2023. That right there told me, yeah, motherfuckers know Benavidez. So fast forward now.
Okay, yeah. Benavidez or Devin Haney?
Devin Haney's bigger. Haney's
bigger. Yeah.
But it's not by much, but it's clear. Spence and Benavidez is closer.
Benavidez Haney?
Yeah,
Haney.
who's bigger?
How come Benavidez closed that show that Haney was on? That was a more hype fight. I'm just saying.
I mean, that was just
that was just a miscalculation. Haney
I'm
was
just
the
saying.
star.
I know, but the thing with Haney, I understand that Haney is popular off social media. When it comes to being a draw, I don't know.
No, he's more pop. He carried the promotion of that fight. No one was.
He carried the promotion. And remember, he was selling good in on the West Coast with the Prograis fight. Like look, dude. He's
a draw. I'm not saying he's not a draw. I'm just saying
Haney for some reason or the other, and it's not just his father. Haney gets boxing in a tizzy. Like he gets buzzing. It's not all because of his father. It's not all because of his fighting style. There's something about him. Like people are interested in, like the Lomachenko fight, buzz. Kambosos fight. Like, when's the last Devin Haney fight that we've had that nobody was interested in? Even the Ramirez fight had buzz because you wanted to see how Haney was going to look in that fight.
Exactly.
Like, so Haney, like if we're saying the top 5 stars in America in boxing in America now, Devin Haney might be 1 or 2.
You have to put him there because it's just like he buzzes with the Ryan Garcia type crowds. The Ryan Garcia himself, you can't like Benavidez does not generate what Devin Haney like. If you match him up with any of those guys, especially the Ryan Garcia, like if Haney,
I think because Benavidez gives you pure boxing excitement where Haney's excitement is kind of like all over the place. It could be in any type of setting where with Benavidez is more of a hardcore boxing excitement. Like you don't care, like you care about Benavidez, but you don't care about him in the sense that you do as far as like hate, like niggas be like, oh man, look at Haney's outfit. You don't give a fuck about what Benavidez is wearing.
Okay, what about Shakur?
I feel like Benavidez is more popular.
Really?
Yeah.
Not by much.
Not by much. It's like it's kind of like the Errol is the Spencer Benavidez thing, but the difference is like
that's interesting because the young kids.
I want to hear what you're going to say on this. My bad.
I'll just say no because I just know from like people I know, like especially the young kids, they love Shakur. They always talk about him.
So they see Shakur in themselves. They see a young guy, flashy, talk shit, very highly opinionated without knowing anything really sometimes. They got that whole borderline, I'm pro-black, but I'll be in coon spaces vibe.
Oh my God. Like,
damn. Am I lying?
Yeah, no, that wasn't a good. Yeah, that wasn't a good look. Being in with Aiden Ross, that wasn't a good look.
Dude, I'll go a step further. Look, this is why everybody say Adrian Broner's career is such a disappointment, even though he's borderline Hall of Fame, because he could not be boxing. He just started. You know how Broner? I think he's Dean the Great, one of those streamers now he's with constantly. You see how Broner jumped into that and. He's having fun, making fun of himself, making fun of people, sometimes being cringy, sometimes being funny, stupid, whatever. But he had not one time made boxing look bad. Not at one time of all these clips I've seen with Broner with the streamers has he embarrassed boxing. May embarrass himself, may embarrass other people, but never have I looked at one of those clips and said, God damn. Like, no. So that says a lot about Shakur and all these niggas dumping in these streams doing stupid shit. When a motherfucker who ain't even taking boxing serious could do it, and it's like he don't do that. So yeah, that's a personality shit. Shakur might be popular, like, but I don't think he's liked as being popular. Like where it's Benavidez is popular, but a lot of that popularity is positive. If that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
No, I get you.
Haney's polarizing popular. Like you got Haneyacks, you got regular hardcore boxing fans that fuck with Haney, then you got stans, then you got Haney haters Shakur, you got a lot of people who respect Shakur's boxing ability, and he doesn't get hit, so he got that for him. But then you got a lot of people who look at him like us, like it's like, God damn, you boring motherfucker, or God damn, nigga, stop with the coon shit. Stop entertaining motherfuckers who think Jake Paul is a top 10 boxer in the world and other stupid shit. Like, bro, like, so he got a lot of that. So if you want to say that makes Shakur a little more popular than David Benavidez, I won't argue it.
Okay, cool. That's all I got. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to put up a litmus test to see where we're at with the popularity. That's all.
Honestly, King P, that's a great question. I might have to roll it off to your partner Pilot on a Twitter poll tomorrow. But that's a good, like, who's the most popular American boxer in America right now? Shakur Stevenson, David Benavidez, Devin Haney.
Well, unfortunately, I still think it's Tank. Unfortunately,
You know,
Should we
you
include Tank in
right.
the poll? No, should we include Tank in the poll?
Let's
not have Tank in the poll. Let's not have Tank there.
Yeah, thank you. I was the Pilot.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying to put him in the poll, Paul. I'm just saying, Tank.
Unfortunately,
you're right. It's like both y'all are right.
At least active,
because in the sense where I feel like if you added Tank to the poll, niggas would be like, Tank. Then I feel like if you didn't add him, niggas would be in the comments like, Tank. So it's like bitches. But who would be the fourth one then?
Boots.
Yeah, you can say Boots.
There you go. And you know what? Boots is one of those niggas who, like, he could be where Benavidez is at.
But
it's for some reason the fights don't come as often, and the opponents aren't as titillating or name recognizable or exciting as the guys Benavidez.
I'll tell you this. Boots, another one the kids really like, and he's not even a kid. He's like he's damn near 30.
He's about
but like Stevenson ain't no fucking kid either. Nigga.
He still feels like a kid to me.
Though. Boots,
I'll be honest with you. That's what it is.
Boots, I don't know, for me at least. I heard of Boots when I was getting back into boxing, and I saw like maybe 2017 or whatever. He was on Instagram. The highlight reels were looking like the highlight reels were getting him going on IG.
Right.
When IG was popping.
I think with Boots for me,
pick, though. I'll give you that.
I think with Boots to me, it's just like the lack of dance partners. This is why I think the fight with Xander is a big opportunity. This because this is a dance partner. This is the right type of dance partner you need. So
young, undefeated, good personality, riding away, coming off the highest career momentum. Perfect fight for Boots.
And he's backed by one of the most popular artists in the world right now. So
yeah, he's checking all those boxes. That's why when we first talked about this fight, and I think it's me and King P was like, this fight is bigger than Inoue Nakatani. It's because all those reasons King P just listed. And niggas, I'm a fucking Inoue fan all day, and Zayas Boots is a little slightly bigger fight to me than Inoue Nakatani. At least over here, Pat. Sorry. Jeez.
Well, I mean, I'm the opposite. That's just it is what it is.
But nah, it's I'm hype. But I agree. Like this is nice. This is a nice little discussion about this though. Like, cause I feel like it doesn't happen enough with all this talk of who's the face of boxing.
Well, between that, it just happened because it was good that there was action all through. I mean, the card was action filled. Pretty much everyone gave it praise. Some for different reasons more than other. I think Curtis Schoon's old ass is the only person that hated it, and he did because he didn't like how Mexicans were kind of like they were, there was punch fuckery.
I seen that shit. Like, look, yo, man, bro. Like, I don't like.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I don't pay attention to that.
Glad you didn't see this coon ass bullshit this nigga said.
Every fight on this card hit. The only one that I thought was gonna be like, was the Duarte Fierro fight. After that first round, I'm like, oh, this is going to be the fucking the stinker of the card. And then after that, they immediately turned it up. I'm like, okay, never mind. Good, we're in the clear.
You thought you was gonna get a stinker, bro? Like they gotta make it back to the locker room. Like you think the Mexicans are gonna let them?
No, but I'm saying after the first. No, I only said that because after the first round, I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh brother, this is gonna be a stinker. But then they turned it up right afterwards, like immediately in the next round. I'm like, all right, cool, we're good.
Yo, they got one of these in the corner. One of these. They gonna fucking kill you. You want to make it look like you throw some fucking hands.
Yeah, but no, seriously though, PBC obviously in this changing climate, like PBC needed a good car because they don't have a lot of cards scheduled. So just to have that on Cinco de Mayo and making that Cinco de Mayo worthy, you know what I'm saying? Like that's they
needed the positive buzz too, bro. Like that's more than anything.
Yeah, they did. So they like that was some good shit, and it was definitely worth it. And like every fight hit, and then you can kind of build off there. So like that was a hell of a weekend of boxing. That was really good.
One fucking question, and then I know we could go and finish the recap. Finish the preview. Mm-hmm. Did anybody see the Erdenbat fight on Pro Box? Who won that? How did that go on Friday night?
Erdenbat won.
I was really busy on Friday, so I didn't get the chance to see it.
Yeah, the Mongolian Mole, he did good. He could have knocked him out. I felt like he might have dropped him. He dropped him. Yeah, but he won. He won the fight. But he's kind of a guy that just will break you down, but he won't break it out. I guess you know what I'm saying. Like he'll
he throws some hard fucking
he throws a lot of stuff, but he needs fierce and everything. But he just can't get the stoppages. But he didn't win the fight. Clearly, he beat the guy up and won the fight. Clearly. Dropped him.
Oh, okay, that dude's like CTV.
What? One last thing about Benavidez, and first of all, I didn't get in when y'all was talking about it. Really excellent fucking performance. Like he outmatched Zurdo in every single fucking way. Like I saw a man that was outgunned that like had nothing to match Benavidez with, and that finish was excellent. I gotta say this. Bivol, I'm looking at you sideways. I'm like, you're gonna get out of protective custody? You're gonna keep hiding? Bro, where are you? Step up.
They said the fight is about 90% done. Just Bivol needs to get by his Mando first.
Oh, brother.
Man.
Is that shit ain't 90% done then, man?
No, Bivol's 35 with a bad bag. Benavidez is going to beat Bivol that. I'm just saying that's how it's going to be, and it's different now. It ain't 2022.
But that's the ass whooping that people want to see.
Well, you know what? I don't feel bad because this is the same motherfucker that he waited out Beterbiev after the second fight. Was like, oh, I'm gonna wait you out and just drag it along. After Beterbiev,
bitch fucking shit.
After Beterbiev like fought you, beat you, and then ran it right back. He didn't wait fucking 10 months to fucking fight you again. No, he ran it right back. But when it was the
guy,
yeah. But when the shoe was on the other foot,
ran it right back.
But when the shoe was on the other foot, you definitely dragged your feet fucking around. Like, no. So I don't feel bad for him.
Tell who's the bitch in a situation.
So I don't feel bad for him and his fucking bad back.
Maybe his ex-wife is right. Shit.
And Benavidez is like 42. It's over for Benavidez. I feel. I mean, like at this point, Benavidez is gonna probably,
the funny thing is,
I ain't gonna say it's over for Benavidez until I see it's over.
You know the funny thing is, I think the funny thing is, I think if Benavidez was offered the fight, I think he would take it without hesitation because that's the type of guy that Beterbiev is. It's this Bivol character.
He's the only person left in a realistic fight that has some type of chance because Beterbiev is one of those, like, he punched hard and he's not the traditional type of, he punches a lot different than a lot of the people that David Benavidez fights. Like I'm to the point where like you need to have a guy who could punch so hard where he could just beat up on Benavidez, punch arms, forearms, just be a painful experience. Because I don't know if boxing is going to just do it alone.
I mean, they do have common opponents. I mean, but Benavidez beat the fuck out of Vosnik. and then Benavidez couldn't hurt Bostic over 12 rounds, which was weird. So it was like,
yeah, that's true. That's true. But I still want to see that matchup. And it's crazy because on the fucking Twitter poll, I voted for Apatea, but I really want to see the Beterbiev fight.
Man, fuck that guy. I don't listen. That guy signed to Zuffa. He can fucking crawl out of your fucking hole.
Like, I only want to see that because I want to see David. Like, look, some fights I want to see because I just want to see a good ass whooping. There's some fights I want to see because I just want to see a good fight.
Well, in this instance, I don't think this guy is deserving of a fucking ass whooping. Go crawl into a fucking hole somewhere, and we don't want to fucking hear from you again.
Damn. Maybe the ass whooping for signing Zuffa is the type of ass whooping he needs. Same thing with Hitchens.
Yeah. I mean, all I know is, like, I mean, the only thing they could probably do, because like I said, because Turkey and Zuffa, you know, they can fight on ring cards, is if they actually make the fight on a ring card, you know, outside of the Zuffa shit, and then actually just like
only make that fight if it's in America. Like David Benavidez, he don't need to be taking those Saudi fights or those shit in some other, unless he's fighting Callum Smith in the UK or some shit. But like, yo, stay your ass in fucking America. Like you're right on. Like I know we talked about the crossover shit, but bro, like you're at the highest marketability you've ever been at right now. Do not fucking throw that away by fighting in a goddamn desert in front of 75 people and some fucking camels. Like, stay in America. Well, they was in Vegas, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
And fight in Cali next or somewhere else. Like, I don't know, but just stay your ass in America.
Yeah, though. Well, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. I mean, like I said, for most part, they'll most likely just have to see what happens. But you know, but Benavidez right now.
Okay, well, on that last note, do you think he should move back down, or should they Beterbiev move the cruiserweight up for him?
I think Beterbiev will go to cruiserweight.
Yeah,
I think both guys should. If I was Benavidez, I'm not going back down personally.
I mean, no, I still think he can make light heavyweight. He's not making one. Like, he's not making 168 anymore. But I think he can still make light.
No, for sure. But even 175, I feel like just stay at cruiserweight.
I don't even look.
You got two belts. You got two.
They could do a catch weight. They could go to 182 if they wanted. I don't care.
180, yeah, 180. Yeah, I guess 183 or something.
Yeah, like, but I'm like you, like, yo, if them niggas could go up to the limit, whatever, or
go up. Yeah, they should go up. I got two belts. So yeah, he has the WBC's gonna let him hold the other belt 175, but you know, you got two belts. That's your advantage. You're the A side really over them anyway. To be honest.
Yeah. Because look, if he had one belt, I could see how. Yeah. If he had one belt and they trying to play tough, I could see that. But two belts, no, motherfucker. You bring your ass up here, nigga.
Yeah.
Two belts mean it's like you 50% in the game now. Like, come on.
Right. But yeah. So good card, good effort by everyone like this. We need more cards like that. Hopefully next weekend next weekend is another really good weekend.
Before we go, I just want to because I didn't get on earlier, so I just want to give my little thoughts on the Japanese card real quick before we go. First off, why the fuck didn't they show all the other fucking fights? I woke up and I saw 2 fights and that was it. I'm like, where the fuck is the rest of the card you advertise? So first off, fuck you for that. Don't advertise shit and then only give us 2 fucking fights. So shout out to Takuma. Shout out to Takuma. He did his thing, beat the shit out of Ioka. Love you, Ioka, but retire. Go home to your wife, smoke some weed, and because his best days are behind him. So that's that. And then shout out to Naoya. He did his thing. I gotta say, Junto. Junto reminded me of the guy that fucking goes out to get his snowblower out, and all you just but couldn't get the fucking thing going until fucking 7 rounds in. God damn it. Like, bro, like that shit was annoying. And then when he finally got going, he was effective, but by that point it was too late. And then Inoue made his last stand that he needed to, and that was that. It would have been a better fight if he would have fucking started earlier and not did that fucking stupid ass Wing Chang Chung wide fucking stance. I don't know what the fuck you were doing. Was this boxing or karate? Like,
if he could have started earlier, he would have though, man. He honestly would have. Like, Like,
so
Inoue was presenting high levels. This wasn't a Teofimo Lomachenko, or I'm afraid of this guy's power. So, like, Inoue was doing high quality shit in there, like that darting in and out, going to the body, faking with the jab, changing levels. Like Nakatani couldn't process all that shit fast enough.
yeah, that is true. But it was just, I wish he would have started earlier. But you know, it is what it is. He did his thing when he was actually active. So he clipped. He clipped Inoue a couple times, and I was like, damn, Inoue ate some shots, but he took it like the G he is. So, people keep talking about rematch. I mean, it doesn't need to be immediately. I'm okay with it down the line, but I'd rather Inoue either go up to 126, or if Bam wants to come take the challenge, he can take the challenge. The ball's in his court. I don't know if he will, though. But I got to say, what the fuck do you have to lose, Bam? Bro, you just take the fucking fight. If you lose, you lose to an all-time great. If you win, it looks even better. Like, bro, if you
win, that might be the biggest win in boxing, bro.
I mean, there's no. I mean, yeah, I know he's fighting for a 118 belt against Antonio Vargas soon. But there's nobody around him.
I'm gonna say this. If I love Bam, great fighter. If this guy had the opportunity to fight both Chocolatito and Inoue and let both opportunities slip by, come on, you got to walk away with at least one of them. You had the opportunity for both of them.
I feel you on that. I feel you, especially since Inoue's a guy who he kind of missed the old guard of the names. And Bam kind of got right there in the right time to get all those old names that Inoue couldn't get.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely agree with that. Like, get one of those fuckers.
I was just saying, you can't drag your feet when it comes to getting the opportunity to face these legends. You dragged your feet with Chocolatito, and that didn't happen. And now don't drag your feet with Inoue. Just take the fucking fight.
And the Chocolatito was the winnable one too. Like,
yes, that's the funny thing. But yeah, it is what it is. Great card. I was fucking tired after Saturday night because Saturday night was definitely all right for fighting. I'll say that.
It sure was. You know, they got to stop all that 1 a.m. shit though. Like that shit wasn't cool though. But
yeah, niggas just having fight fatigue. Like, bro, it's funny you say that. I had to sleep a little bit. That's why I missed some of the card and only got like the Munguia and the I got the full Munguia. I saw the full co-main and the main event, but I saw some of the other because you know the means wasn't working as well. But I took a little nap because it was just too much boxing. I felt like I would have fell asleep if I'd have just still tried to watch everything clean, like clear. It was that much boxing. And that 1 a.m. shit, you're right. Oh my God, it started late.
Well, like I said, I mean, at least it was good. But yeah.
On to the next one.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, at least for these, I mean, luckily, like this weekend, I mean, also we have 2 on Saturday and then the Zuffa card on Sunday. But, you know, the big fight, you know, the biggest fight on there, obviously, is the one in the UK, which a fight which should not go the distance whatsoever between Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley. Of course, you know, this is Pilot's fight because, you know, he was a Wardley day one supporter. And, you know, me and LB were like, get the fuck out of here. And then, you know, we missed on that one.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. There's certain like boxer bandwagons. Some people be early on, and then there's some ones that you don't even know why they're early, but they're just there. Like, this is one of those. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm sure niggas just like, damn, Saturday, what's this Inoue nigga you keep talking about on the Kali and this, that. It took years for niggas to kind of see, like, okay. But I don't think we'll ever get to that with Wardley. Like, we respect it now, but as far as
he's a heavyweight champion. He could lose this fight, but he's a heavyweight champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
like, with Wardley, you know what he is. This is what it is. Like, that's it. What you see is what you get.
Right, and it's actually amazing too that he made it this far. You know, at this point, I mean, like I said, this is one of those fights where, I mean, Dubois really shouldn't be getting this shot because he just got brutally knocked out by Usyk, but somehow, some way, he got plugged into this fight. you know, as Lukey said earlier, like, you know, it's very possible we can get Usyk Dubois 3, which is like, ugh, no.
Oh my, Wardley, if there was ever a fight that you need to win, it is this one. Please stop us from seeing Usyk Dubois 3.
Yeah, because like I said, the intangibles, like it's crazy to like. These guys only have one decision win in their career. It's crazy. Like Dubois is because he fought Kevin Johnson, who's hard to knock out, anyways. You know, and then you know Wardley fought somebody early in his career that took him to the full 4 rounds, which was early. So it's like, you know, Dubois, I don't think has ever been 12, which is crazy. I don't think he's ever been 12. Ever.
Because even the Miller fight was like a late round KO.
That's the last round. Last round.
Yeah, that was the 10th round knockout. But yeah, like Dubois never been 12. Wardley's only been 12 once, and that was a draw, which he could have easily lost that fight too. So it's like pretty much from 1 to 12, a knockout should occur. Like this is a fight. If a knockout doesn't occur, it's either that they took each other's power and they got back up multiple times, or they didn't engage, which would be a career killer for both guys.
Yeah, especially War. Hey, Marquise, what it do? Salute. No one stops Kevin Johnson. I know, right?
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like that dude was hard to. I mean, Joshua, I think, did it eventually, but it took a while to anyone to stop.
Yeah, he got the old, but then Kevin Johnson, he never really tried to win fights either. I think he prided himself on, you can't knock me out.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it's like it gets less respectful when you're not trying to win and you don't get knocked out.
Exactly. And yeah. I got the odds for Wardley Dubois. So right now they're almost even on the money line. Fabio is -126. Dubois is -102. Fabio decision is +600. Fabio KO is +125. Draw is 1,500. Dubois decision is +500, and Dubois KO is +165. So, like, I mean, there's some odds there, you know, for the method of victory, you know.
But they kind of, I feel like they kind of know Wardley is just going to bomb him out some sooner or later type shit. Because that KO odd is just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, they know it's going to happen.
Well, I mean, I say for Fabio, for the group round, for Fabio to win between 1 and 3 is +1,600. So, I mean, like I said, that's, you know, Wardley can do it because, like we mentioned before with Daniel Dubois, like Daniel Dubois has the physical tools, but sometimes you have to kind of question his chin and his resolve because sometimes he'll give in. Wardley doesn't have that. Wardley will fight though, but Wardley though it doesn't. His stamina is kind of questionable, and he's also kind of chinny too. So it's like,
but yeah, I feel like he got good recovery powers. Like Lukey made a good point earlier when he said the whole like Dubois resets with his jab, and you know when shit goes chaotic and crazy, he got the jab there, which is true. But then I don't know if that's stronger than the intangible of Wardley still gunning for this dude, no matter what is happening.
Right. Because truthfully, I think Dubois, if Dubois' head was screwed on tight, he could outbox Wardley without having to kind of like try to bomb him out. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Like he really could. Like he could. But the thing is like Dubois, like the mental shit just it's like
yeah.
Do you really want to say he could do certain things, gun to your head, your life on the line?
Yeah, I find it hard to. That's the reason why I find it hard to even put. I mean, because I'm gonna put money on this shit, and I find it hard to do it because I know sometimes dude had be having these weird mental lapses, and it's just like, you know.
The group round betting for Wardley for the mid rounds is probably going to be the key. They probably got that at like +800, 4, 5, and 6 or some shit. Because I feel like that's where the fight is going to be decided, like in those middle rounds.
Is it for 4, 6, or 7-9 for the middle rounds?
4, 6.
Yeah, it's +8 for Wardley. It's +800. For
damn, what I think.
For Dubois, it is +600. So yeah.
And what about 7 through 9?
7'9", Fabio plus 490, Dubois plus 750.
See, that just lets you know, like, they still think it can happen with Wardley, but it's playing more into Dubois' hands because they looking at that late stoppage type. But they both got late stoppages, though.
They do. You know, and I think it's just one of those fights. It's just like this should be bombs away. Like someone should be getting medical help at the end of this fight.
The other thing's gonna come down. You know, I do think Dubois has a little bit of slight 10-man tendencies. He's shown that. But do you think the pedigree and him being in the ring with, you know, for the most part better fighters is gonna play a role, or do you? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I think that
if his mental game was stronger, I would say yes. But since it isn't, it's hard to say. So I'd say
because Wardley got that dog in him. I mean, he has that innate. Only not everybody. You know, if you play the sports, you know people that have had that innate trait that you can't teach. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's what
I mean. I'm gonna put the guy with the dog in him 9 out of 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it really don't make it like. If you have that dog in you, but you can't deliver the punches you're supposed to deliver, think about Eubank versus George Groves, then yeah, I'm going to pick skills all day. But when you got the dog in you and you're able to land your shots, you know, against pretty much anybody, then I'm going to pick you over the guy who got the more refined skills, but the intangibles and the mental aspect might not be there 100%, even though it's proven against better opponents. Like, because there was at one time on this fucking podcast, I couldn't pick a goddamn Dubois fight.
Yeah, exactly.
I picked like maybe 3 Dubois fights in a row wrong.
And that Joshua fight did sort of like change up. Yeah, we thought it did, right? You know, the Joshua.
It did because it was the crowning achieving moment of Dubois' career. Like, bro, think about it. Daniel Dubois got better wins than certain heavyweight champions.
You do.
I'm just saying.
That's crazy. I thought he fought in between after Usyk knocked him out. He just getting a title shot. That's just wild. That's crazy. Crazy time we're in. You know, all these fighters are getting
because heavyweights is different. I'll say this. Like, I don't get me wrong. I agree with you and Pat on that shit. But I'll say this: Dubois' redemption arc was so damn good that it's almost kind of warrants this second chance. Like, hey. You earned that Usyk fight, that Usyk rematch, and we're giving you another title shot, but because we feel like you're worth it, but this is it. But we're not holding the second loss to Usyk is hard. That's what this feels like. Like he kind of earned it a little bit by the shit he did to get the Usyk, and it's kind of wearing off where it's like, this is it, because if Dubois loses again, that's it. Like,
right? He's have to go back to square one, pretty much.
Yeah, like so. That's why I'm not really too mad about this fight. It's still a quality fight, because like I said, like because Dubois, like he had 3 with the Herkovic, Miller, and Joshua. Like, god damn,
he was on a fight. He was on the Fighter of the Year tear. You know what I'm saying? Like he was. Yeah, that year.
Who beat him? Who the fuck beat him? You know who the fuck did you like? Who won Fighter of the Year that year?
Usyk for beating Fury twice, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like so. I mean, like I said, Dubois should know that this, like this is like back to the drum board if he doesn't win. But I would say Wardley should have gotten Usyk shot too, and basically that's the actual progression. Like Wardley and Caballero should have been Usyk's next opponents. You know, so I mean,
kickboxer.
Exactly. So I mean,
I don't want it to make it sound like Dubois got his shot when they should have. Like he took a shot from them, because Dubois earned his second shot at Usyk.
He did.
So that's all. This newer generation kind of slower, so I ain't want no one listening to think them some stupid shit like that. So I spelled it out real quick.
Yeah, but I mean, if I had to make a prediction, I'm gonna pick Wardley in 3 rounds. I just think he'll. I think he'll catch Dubois early and just get him up out of there for some reason.
Fabio in 4 for me. I got Wardley in 4.
What about you, King P?
It was the best of Dubois. It was the worst of Dubois. And I think we might be due again. So, and I actually like this matchup in a way for Dubois for a couple of reasons. I think style-wise, it's actually like when you bring up the intangibles, yes, the fucking him being a fucking dunce and not like like fucking like, you know, oh, I do this, should I do this? Like, yo, because he can fold and also his IQ is not the best. He's one of those guys that can do certain things, but like we talked about with the toolbox, just he's got all these tools, but he might hand you the wrong tool. So, but I actually think this is
wrong in a row, though. Like,
so I actually think this is actually a good fight for him because here's how I look at it. And I'm a baseball guy. I look at it like this. So a couple of years ago in baseball, they introduced the pitcher's clock. So pitchers couldn't be on the mound for fucking a minute, you know, what they're going to throw. And they have a clock and they got to throw before the clock expires.
Right.
And some people thought, well, how's that going to affect the pitchers? Maybe some pitchers will be worse. And I argued, well, I think some pitchers would be better because a lot of pitchers get in their own head. They got all this stuff, but they're not sure, well, should I do this? Should I throw this? Should I do this? And then the clock helps them because it's like, motherfucker, you got ample, you don't got all time, we don't got all fucking day. Throw something.
It gives them pressure and focus. Like,
yes. Well, in this instance, Wardley is the fucking is that internal pitching clock because he's not going to sit there and let Dubois look. Well, should I do this? Maybe I should do that. Should I do this? No, he's going to come at you. So you're going to fucking have to throw. So you're going to have to fight him off of you. And there's going to be openings because of Wardley's style. Wardley's going to come in with that overhand right. Dubois, that straight right is going to be right there for Dubois. If he can hit that on the button, he's got him. Jab. Straight right, he'll if he touches that button, it's over. I actually got Dubois in the 6th round KO.
Okay. What about you, LB?
And you know, I fuck with King P's reasoning behind that. Like I said, it's a good fight. Me myself, I think Wardley gets him in 5, and that's no job. Muhammad Ali shit going, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's one of those. I think it's gonna be bombs away. This is gonna be the fight all you fuck niggas wanted Nakatani and Inoue to be. So, congratulations.
Yeah.
I just see like on paper, Dubois is the better fighter, more accomplished. Just the intangibles for me. I just feel like if he doesn't hurt. Like Wardley's one of those guys you have to one punch cold, like you have to cold cock, like knock him out. Like you have to hurt him badly. If you can't hurt him badly on some Foreman Frazier shit, he's just gonna overwhelm you. Not in the frantic pace of Joe Frazier, but overwhelm you in a sense of the pressure and knowing that he's always gonna throw something hard back at you.
Right. So
there's no fucking real rest with that guy. And I think if Wardley just starts out there, you know, on fire, he could put a Dubois in a position where he has to kind of battle back. And I just don't think he got the mental fortitude to be battling back. Mm-hmm. Like Dubois, he's not a front runner, but he's not a battle back type of guy. Like he's more of a he has to see the light. He has to see the light at the end of the tunnel type of boxer.
Right. That's what
there's some boxers. Thank you, because there's some boxers they create the light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. Others they have to see a little bit for them to go towards it, and I don't think Dubois is. You know, he's not going to create that. Like he got the skills too, but a guy like Wardley, like Dubois finds a way to lose. Wardley's the type of guy who finds a way to win. There you go. And I'm gonna pick the guy who finds a way to fucking win in Wardley than the guy who kind of freezes up, or he does some stupid shit like have a party before, or yeah, just too much to go on. But I can't knock anybody picking Dubois. That's how good these fights have been lately, where it's not one of these, God damn, nigga, I can't believe you picking that motherfucker. Like, no.
Right.
Like, it's one of those, like, interesting. Like, yeah, I respect that. That's a good take. Like, yeah, good. And that's what it is. And that's boxing at its best, folks.
Yeah, and that's what we need. That's what we need more of. So that's why I'm glad we're getting this. And of course, just to mention that Dave Morrell's is on undercard because he's replacing Jared Anderson.
Not facing the person he's supposed to, but it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, because Jared Anderson was supposed to be the co-main, but he tore his bicep, and which was unfortunate. That was not, that's unfortunate because that would have been a good look.
He gonna juice up to heal that.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's for the afternoon, and then the evening too. We got another one that's slightly that's not talked about as much though, but it's a clear 50-50 fight. And of course, they have a pro who understands location. Talk about current featherweight champion Angela Leo, and then Reece Aleem, and Dimitri Salita. Shout out to him. Understood that you need to go where the black people are. Detroit was the thing, and now he said Atlanta. Like he openly said it. Yeah, you gotta be where black people are to sell these fights. First, the first promoter that really truly gets it on that.
Yeah, you switch up these locations. Like, God damn it! Like everything doesn't have to be at Barclays. You don't want to run the well in Detroit dry. Like, start hitting up these other venues, different places. Like, come on, bro. Like, you got influencers. Damn, hosting events. Like, boxing could do better. Thank you. So yes, like,
yeah, absolutely.
Good. Shout out to Salita for doing that.
Yeah, and then this fight though, like I said though, Angelo Leo, of course, last year was probably comeback fighter of the year. It was, because dude came a long way from that beating he took from Stephen Fulton, which is his only loss when he lost at his super bantamweight title. Dude had to rebuild on pro box and everything, and then goes on top rank.
I heard he was living out his car and shit. Like for him and his dad were like, it was times were tough. I heard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like dude was he was living out of a trailer and shit. Like he battled back, and I have to respect that he did that. 2-division champ, you can't take that away. No, you can't.
One of the thickest left hook KOs you'll ever see.
Yeah, yeah, poor Lopez though. And it was almost a fight of the year type of fight. It was very close,
very close, competitive. But man, with that knockout, it went to an almost fight of the year to a definite KO of the year.
Yeah, and that was just and like I said, and for me that completed Leo's cipher. Just coming battling back and really put himself back on the map and everything like that. And like I said, and he deserves all of that, But since then, he's only fought once. He fought a year ago against Kameda in Japan, which he won a very close fight that, Pro Box aired it. Pro Box, did right by him.
Yeah.
Pro Box didn't win the rights though, but it was like, we're gonna put the free feed, on YouTube. See him and he won it, and he won a very hard close fight too. So
yeah, that was a hard fight.
Yeah, well, it was. Kameda is not he's been around the block though, but he's still a very difficult guy to fight. And then he managed to get that majority decision. But now he's facing someone that's a little different from that. Reece Aleem. Now, like on the same night that that Leo lost his belt to Fulton, I remember, Aleem was on there, like he was facing Vic Pasilis, and he was looking like the second coming. Like bro put on one of the most thorough ass whoopings I'd seen in a minute. Combinations, everything. Like dude looked like he was next.
He looked like he really had next. I was highly impressed with Aleem's performance that night.
And then proceeded to go full rooster and lay fucking 5 eggs after that.
So he lost to Sam Goodman, right?
So
there was the bias fight too, because that was the night that
the bias fight is the one that got me. Damn.
Yeah, because that was the night that the Mexicans were determined to upset somebody on the PBC card. Like they were they were wilding that night. Like
every time I think about that, I just laugh because you're so right. Like those fucking Mexicans weren't taking no for an answer, my nigga. Like they was responding with a punch or two every time.
Yeah, that was one, and that was like one of them hard cards. Like every Mexican that was like a fucking like a B-side, they would just fight out of their goddamn minds, like
somebody said, hey, if you do a good enough job, you'll be A-side next time. Oh, word? All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they gave him like they was acting like they had a UFC bonus at the end of that night.
Yeah, I'm saying, like I remember it was Santiago gave Gary Antonio Russell trouble, and then Fulton, he won, but he really didn't against Figueroa. Like that was a hard night of fighting, for all the A sides. Like they were going through it. So, but yeah, but after that though, Aleem just kind of slipped for it, and then that Sam Goodman loss was disgusting. I couldn't believe how he got beat. Yeah. Like I was just like, come on,
legit beat. I was so fucking disappointed with that. Like, ugh.
Yeah, and you couldn't even say that Goodman didn't deserve it. He deserved he understood that he was actually in a fight, and Aleem just kind of just like he couldn't turn it up, and then he had pretty much been on top ranked prelims and stuff like that, and then he caused an upset in Japan, to get this title shot, so it's just like Aleem's like 35. And this is pretty much like I would say this is probably his last chance to actually become a legit champion. So what are we thinking? Do we think Leo pulls it off, or do we think Aleem gets the upset?
This fight's gonna piss me the fuck off, because this is the type of fight that Aleem should show out for, but I'm not fucking sure if he actually will, or if he's just gonna fucking fuck around again.
I'm with you, P, on that. Like, I'm absolutely with you. Like,
they got the tools to beat each other. I feel like Aleem has a deeper bag, and if Aleem goes back to that one special night he had before, then I feel like he has enough to beat Leo.
I got Leo, man. I think he's a little bit more. He's more consistent. He's more consistently, better. I've seen him much better performances. Me
picking Aleem would be like me picking Dubois in the last fight.
Right, and trust me, I still think Aleem's style, it can give Leo a whole bunch of trouble, but I just can't see a guy that got punished by Sam Goodman's jab really doing something with Leo.
And bothered by Bez's offense. Like there's so many things he didn't show where it's like, damn, man, I thought you was better than that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a mental thing or it's just like the styles make fights thing, but yeah, it was just like I was so just. But I want to pick him, but yeah, I think Leo will probably win a hard decision over dude. If he stops him, then Leo's probably like, he's like, he's definitely like at a peak if he stops Aleem.
Yeah.
The odds for this, Leo is a minus 235 favorite. Aleem is a plus 182 underdog. Leo decision minus 135. Leo KO plus 500. Draw 1,500. Aleem decision plus 320. And Aleem KO plus 550. So, those are interesting odds. Like I said, the Aleem points decision is very feasible.
Yeah, those odds, they reasonable because it feels like they know talent-wise Aleem is up there.
Mm-hmm. And,
they kind of leaving it like in a sense where like, Aleem could kind of realize his potential. So they want to reward you with it, but not quite all the way, but they will.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a tough one on paper. Like really, but it's like what King P said with the whole pitcher's mound. Like this one of those fights you can't think too long about. Like you just pick Leo and keep it moving.
Right. Right.
Because if you start sitting there thinking about, damn, but Aleem does this pretty well. This, that, and then Leo, then you'll talk your way out the fucking fight. But nah.
Yeah.
And I hope this fight's good. Like it's, I think it's gonna be a great fight.
No, I mean this is actually I remember because they mentioned, I don't know if Pat was going to mention the co-main or not, but for a Salida card, it's a really good co-main and main event. Because you got Latif Overton fighting
Carlos Gongora.
That's a good one.
That's a proper step up because we talk about light heavyweight. Him, Ben Whitaker, Najee Lopez, like those three are the young guys at 175 that should have next. So this is his proper step up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they got to start showing out at that 175 too, because it's trying to usher in a new crop of guys at 175.
And he's gonna be real fresh because remember that last fight, dude fucking almost died on us in the ring.
Yeah, actually, it's not laughing matter. It's actually
it's not funny. It's not funny.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
I gotta talk to my sister again, see if she gonna go to that shit.
Yeah, tell her find a way. Even rent a car, find a way. Wait, does she drive?
Yeah. She does not right now, but little. Should be, life be lifing, but if she could get out there, she'll definitely, because I told her, like, yo, if you make it out there, I like show up on the podcast the next week and, give us your thoughts and, how should I tell her, I was like, when King P go to these damn events, and Pat too, I know Pat has been a while. I say King P because King P more recent, so no disrespect to Pat.
Yeah, no,
but when King P go to these events, he kind of tell us what's going on from his view and shit, which is always good. So
Yeah, no, and like I said, thankfully it's the only event for Saturday night. So and Salida's good about the time. Like it's not gonna go late. Dude, it's just 4 fights and
I hope not. Keep it short and sweet.
Yeah. By 11 o'clock, we should probably get the main event. So, shout out to Slater though for bringing it to Atlanta. Hopefully, more people will actually bring more events to places like that. Where the brothers and sisters are. You know what I'm saying? Like Slater, wants to do.
You think Shields gonna be there? You think Shields might, kind of sleep?
I want to be surprised.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I mean, what else is she doing, nigga?
What else is she doing besides taking lingerie pictures in boxing outfits?
Cooking for Pap or writing a verse or some shit, nigga. Like, just show your ass there, bro. Like, be there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm personally will probably tell her to be in the house for that, just because it's celebrity shit. Her and Pat will probably be there though, and then
celebrities down there, yeah.
So everybody's picking Leo.
Oh yeah, Leo by decision for me.
I'm against my better judgment. I'll go with the upset with the guy that has more tools in the toolbox. I just hope he fucking doesn't hand me a rubber mallet when I ask for an electric drill.
Like a drill, goddammit, like a saw, like hammer, like a drill. Just a fucking bomb McClot drill, boy. Yo, pissing me off now.
Yeah, man. So Aleem for decision, I'm assuming, P.
Yeah, decision.
Yeah, and then the other, and we're all
about to say.
And then we're all thinking others are thinking Leo by decision.
Yeah, I think Leo's gonna just outwork him, or if not necessarily outwork him, but I feel like Aleem's gonna have a decent pace, but Leo is just gonna be the guy who lands all the showy, impactful punches. It might be like the Lopez fight where Aleem is looking good and Leo's just right there with him, but he ain't dominating, but he's staying with him, and then bam, it just happens.
Exactly, and I can see that too, but like I said, I mean, these two Leo is not in any bad fight, so he's gonna bring it. So
and he always tries, and you know how I am about effort. So if you try, I'm a fucks with you.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying. And then on Sunday, we got the Zuffa card headlined by Shane Mosley Jr. and Sergey Bohacek. That is now. First of all, I hate that this fight is on Zuffa because Mosley and Bohacek deserve a little bit more. in their careers. Like they really shouldn't, especially
they've
Mosley.
been built up on regular, like on traditional boxing platforms.
Yeah, exactly. Because like they both have a chance to be champions, and they're not gonna get that on Zuffa. Like no matter what they say, like but it's a hell of a fight though because Mosley inherited his father's chin and not much else, and Bohacek, is nothing but.
Well,
power.
he got Shane Mosley's heart. He don't quit and give up.
That's true. But goddamn, though he began hit. And Bohacek began hit too. But Bohacek is starting to show a little wear and tear now. Like he's starting to slip a little bit. So like this is either.
Yeah, Bohacek's been in there tough though. Like it was only a matter of time you start seeing the wear and tear. He might be this era's Derevyanchenko.
Yeah, because you keep putting him in all these tough fights. Eventually, like someone other than Brandon Adams is gonna stop him. So it's like. But it's a hell of a fight, though. Like, I mean, Mosley Jr. is 35. Like, he doesn't have a lot of time left. So this is like a crossroads fight. Like, someone's gonna move forward after this fight. Do we think Mosley? Because I mean, right now, if I look at the odds right now, money line, Mosley Jr. is the underdog at plus 220. Bohacek is minus 310 favorite. So.
I'm going with Mosley, bro. Like, I just feel like he could do a little more than Bohacek. Even though he's taking some punishment too. Both these guys are like well into their career. I think Mosley just a little fresher.
Yeah, Bohacek seems a little slightly long in the tooth. He didn't look that great in the Butayev fight. I ain't gonna lie. He didn't look that great.
No, that was a hard fight. Butayev is a hard.
He's been a lot of wars. I mean, he had the two Brandon Adams knocked him out way back when he rebuilt himself, and then he had Virgil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? And lost to Brian Adams.
He's been in some hard fights.
He's been in some hard fights. So, like, how much left he got? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's starting to the Butayev is a hard night for anybody. But yeah, and Mosley, luckily Mosley Jr. is not a puncher like that though. But I don't think with Bohacek Bohacek has kind of been shaky lately. So,
Now Mosley Jr. is going to be a puncher this night. Watch.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Mosley is a guy who punches hard enough to where, and we go back to the light in the tunnel. I think when he gets in there in the first couple of rounds and he lands a few good shots on Bohacek. Once he sees that, hey, like I think my punches are bothering this guy, I think he might ramp it up because Mosley, I know he wants a title. I know he wants to win a belt. He's been boxing too long, father too legendary. Like, he definitely, I feel like he would have been retired if he'd have won a belt already.
You know what's ironic with him? Didn't him and Brad Adams fight in the end of the Contender or some shit?
Yeah, Brandon Adams beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, beat the shit out of him. Yeah, but that's just kind of, it's ironic if he can get the win on him, just kind of, boxing is really a 6-degree separation, the way it's all connected, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, and I just feel like some guys, they wait around till they get their shot or they get their big payday, and I feel like Shane ain't never really got either one. Like,
right?
So
yeah,
I want to see him win.
Yeah, he tries. The Brandon Adams was a bad loss. Like, Brandon Adams really beat the shit out of him, but he got jobbed in the Quigley fight. Like, I don't know why the fuck did give him that fight. That was a pure job.
And he turned his career around. Like, Mosley's one of those people that he has improved.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, now some people might get mad and be like, well, it's not leaps and like, look, every improvement doesn't need to, you don't have to go from C- to A+, motherfucker. Like, sometimes going to C- to fucking B+ does the job.
Right. Yeah, and even though he lost to Jesus Ramos, like I said, he made Ramos work for that win. And Ramos was looking had a little wear.
He made Ramos look normal and average as fuck.
Yeah, which is very hard to do. That was Ramos went through hell to actually beat him. And it's just and honestly, I think Mosley now probably knows Bohacek is probably he's near spent. So I'm going with Mosley by decision. I would prefer if it's KO, I'd be like, great, that's a win. Like, that's a win.
Honestly, I'm going with Mosley KO on this one. I think like Bohacek, this is the last tough fight he's gonna get, and he's gonna pay for it. Like, Mosley, I think, is gonna be motivated. He should know that Boacek's maybe a little shop worn. So he's either gonna punch like it and get him out of there on some, I'm definitely gonna win this, or I'm a box so good that it had to be a fucking Emmanuel Augustus, Courtney Burton level of robbery to take this away from me.
Right.
And that was a fucking, like, maybe a top 10 robbery of all time in that fight. If you've seen it.
Yeah, that was a disgrace.
Disgrace type of, I want to throw a chair at the TV, jump kick the neighbor, all that shit type of fight. Like, motherfuck. Like, so Mosley, as far as the win the KO, give me 8 rounds. 8-round KO Mosley.
Was it 10 or 12 rounds, Pat? How long?
It's Dude, I think it's not a title race. I think it's just 10. Yeah, it's 10.
Yeah, give me an 8-round TKO for Mosley.
All right, so we got Mosley stoppage, Mosley decision. What about you, Pilot?
Mosley decision. I could be wrong. We called me wrong. Boacek, it might just show, I'm better than you. That's why I've been more important. But no, I agree with Shutter, and I think Boacek might be a little long in the tooth. So I'm gonna go with Mosley on points.
Yo, you got odds on this?
No, they're not out yet. Just only the money line.
Oh, no, what was the money line again? I'm sorry.
The money line was it was Mosley is a plus 220 underdog. Boacek is a minus 310 favorite.
Minus 310 favorite. God damn. Yeah. His uncle set that up?
Yeah.
Because I would definitely, like, honestly, I'll be real with you. I think this is a 50-50 fight.
I do too, but it just depends on who's, it's either Bohacek's little shop worn or Mosley's lack of defense, comes into play, but who is an actual puncher. So it's like you just don't know whose intangibles will kind of show up. That's why I hate, like, Zuffa got this fight, and I really hate it because it should be on a bigger level.
Yeah, this is a great opener, or maybe a co-main or something like this. Like, it's like when it's like seeing a fine bitch with an ain't shit nigga. You be like, damn, you don't deserve that bitch, nigga. What you like? You don't deserve this fight. Like, leave her alone, nigga.
Like, this could have been on Pro Box, and I would have been happy. But just the fact that. Yeah, these two have title potential, and they're not going to get it in Zuffa because they're not going to, so it's like, but I'm going to appreciate the fight for what it is. It's a Sunday night fight, and it's a guaranteed scrap.
Damn. So we got a Saturday morning for me, early Saturday card, afternoon Saturday nighttime, and then we got a Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, May's been on point for boxing so far. Like, and it's like,
hold on, wait, who's the first Saturday early card? Wait, what is
Wardley Dubois?
He's on the West Coast, remember? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Hold on, wait.
It's too early for y'all, technically. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's afternoon for us, and it's morning for this nigga right here. So,
damn, that's not I ain't gonna lie. That's 3 solid quality main events in one weekend, and it doesn't even feel like it's a major boxing weekend, but it really still is.
Yeah, there is, because because there are stakes. And
they got that guy Julian Rodriguez, that welterweight that knocked out the MVP black nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he's on the Zuffa card.
Yeah, like I said, Zuffa's matchmaking is not bad. It's just their politics is just
it's pro box with shitty ass commentary and not the baddest bitches that are holding cards.
It's pro.
I don't even want to call it pro box. Is too good for. We're not doing that. Zuffa just needs to get better. That's it. Like, the fuck. Like, some of their matchmaking in it is bad. The matchmaking is decent, but it's bad when you come into the game acting like you're giving us the damn best matchups in the world. Right. So we hold more criticism because it's like, remember they had a couple decent fights, and then they had a stretch of trash too.
They did.
So it's like, yeah, but we don't get on everybody else like that because niggas is, not, Queensberry ain't coming out like, hey, Queensberry got the best cards of all time every week. No.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the most part, we be shitting on Queensberry sometimes, but God damn it, when they have a solid quality card, we give them props.
They do.
So yeah, that's where Zupa's at right now. Like, you get props when you deserve it, but we not just gonna just like, yeah. These niggas is the pro box with no, they not. They not the damn thing right now.
Yeah. Until
warehouse boxing.
Yeah, until y'all figure out your title situation, your project situation, it's never gonna reach the potential that it could have. Especially if you're offering these type of fights with actual contenders. So
yeah, because you see the tweets like motherfuckers. What Nico Ali? Shout out to Nico Ali for riding for his the whole Muhammad Ali act and shit. But the one thing that was funny with people asking David Benavidez about Jay Apataya, and he's like, "This is what's happening right now in real time with the Zuffa shit. Like, this is complicating the sport right now. Perfect example."
Right.
Like, yo, this nigga's making this shit worse right now. Like, we don't need to be in Congress. We don't need to be in court, with a damn filibuster. No, it's just, you can see this shit right now. A fight that might not happen because of some bullshit these other niggas is doing. So yeah.
Yeah, great. We like I say, we deserve this after a couple of months of like fights that kind of like here and there. Like, it's just good to have a good back-to-back solid weekends of boxing, and and overall. So it feels good to see that to get that again.
Damn, it feels good to. Hold on, what's that AZ song? Damn, it feels good to be on it. Yeah, I can't remember that shit. Fuck it.
I think we hit all the boxing, for today. So we're about to get up out of there and whatnot. We'll see what's going on for the rest of the week in terms of what we do, what we put out and whatnot. But if we do, just make sure ringing. It's always going to be hot. So just kind of stay tuned, for that. And we're gonna have to kind of iron out our the ones where we rewatch the fight because YouTube's not showing us, didn't show us a lot of love, when we did our live the other last week. They kind
that shit was crazy because when I went to the gym, I was like, let me go live at the gym, and when I had the tab that I'm setting up because my new student, he be having to take 20 minutes to stretch and shit. As an older dude, So I'm figuring this shit out. I'm glad I had the time to do it because I seen all the shits pop up, the strike this, strike that. You got to do a training session so not to fuck up again. I'm like, God damn, I just want to go live. So I had to do a little tutorial shit and answer like 7 questions and shit. So but that was a special case because Nakatani Hernandez was a recent fight and it was on the Big Ring channel. Usually Ring and the Zone and all of them, they're sticklers for that type of shit. So we kind of knew that it was a possibility. But yeah, for the future, it's going to be more off-key reference cards and like the Spinks Lattimore type shit. But it's not something we're going to do too often. But it's nice to have that ability to do every now and then because I enjoy watching and discussing boxing with these brothers here, so it's all good.
Yeah, no, we just have to do it in a way that YouTube won't penalize our channel for it.
But it's cool. But it worked out like because the thing is, once I did the little class shit, it doesn't have the points because I didn't appeal it,
right?
Like because I already know, like so. But we're not in the red or got points against it. But yeah, so. Definitely. We doing a music show or anything this week?
Probably not this week, because I know there's a couple things I need to do this week. But probably next week, though, we'll get one on the books. We'll figure out which one that will which of the music episodes that we'll do.
No, don't worry. Just have me and King P do Rascast and Vendetta and Mike Geronimo, and I'm sure Rascast will pop up this time because
right.
And anytime me and King P go at it, like I don't know, the stars align where somebody from the battle is gonna make themselves known. So, I would not be surprised if that happens. I'm just, this nigga AZ, the Rod Digger, what's next?
Facts, yeah. So I look forward to ever since the Rod Digger shot. I look forward to doing those comparisons because it would be a trip though if one of them if we did that, if Mike G or Ras came on came on the live and shit, that would be dope.
I kind of want to see some because a part of if we do for a third time is a charm and we push it for number 3, I'm just curious, is that us forcing the algorithm of life, or we created a secret formula that just works every time?
I'm saying,
So whatever battle King P decides he want to be a part of, then we'll decide then. But yeah, great show. If I might go live again this week later, either for training or just normal shit. Got more training footage, got more animation. Some shit I ain't even put up yet. It's just I don't be having the fucking time. But definitely got more fire animation on the way. Prolific sends them all the time.
Yeah, no. Of course, I still promise to put up my Michael review. I need to do that because I watched
that too. Yeah, it just I feel like we got more content than we have time to put out. Honest to God, I got training posts scheduled up to the 11th, my nigga.
Facts.
And I still got more shit to post up, but we gonna kill it. Try to see if we gonna get some more interviews this month as well. Just keep that momentum going. You know how it is. Music shows, all that shit. Just keep tuning in. Still ain't even planned the anniversary show. It's been 8 years, but the time been flying. I don't feel like we doing this 8 years though.
No, it don't
It's fun when you doing what you love. It don't feel that way. So yeah, just a great episode. We'll be back. I guess next week. If maybe this week, who knows? But yeah, just great show, great energy. Shout out to Lukey for stopping by and showing us more love because it was supposed to be just 20-25 minutes, but
it was almost an hour.
Yeah, it was almost an hour. I felt like it was one of the boxer interviews. We only got 30 minutes for you guys. Then later on, it's hey, nigga, so I ran into Lil Mo, and then this motherfucker that did.
Yeah, salute to Lukey, man.
Oh yeah, so that's what's up, man. Ring Gang, we the best. That's it.
Absolutely. So yeah, for myself, Pat Scorpion, New England representative. For LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist. For KP Bodega Bay, for Conscious Pilot. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.